you know, I like hot dogs. They're delicious, and you know, wiener dogs, they can be cute. So I guess in some instances, you can say, I love wiener. No, Amy, we are not friends. You are a bitch who is leeching off of my success as a celebrity. Hold on. Oh gosh. Oh, damn it. That bruise just healed.
It's whatever. Just promise me you'll convince her to use a rubber, okay?
Oh my goodness! Whoa! Alright!
Gosh, you know who fucking wrote this?
I know.
Oh, and nice cry.
Hold on, wait. Everyone's still in their funerary clothes, and then here's Akiyama. I was like, you know, I don't want to feel left out. You know, with my bright ass, red, jacket and all that. You know, I'll just dress all in black just to fit in somehow. My man, what a homie. He's not only gonna go into the Millennium Tower to fight alongside because he's just that much of a bro, but he's also gonna make sure I was gonna make sure my drip doesn't, clash with the rest of the team. Oh, I love him. I love Akiyama so much.
And now my journey comes to a close. What a splendid way to end it all.
Uniform changed colors. Oh, it's like the leaves on his clothes are dying as well.
I can return to the form of Allah.
Wait! His fucking teeth popped out and he just blew up! What? Okay, this was my favorite boss death in this game so far. Because he just blew up and his teeth just flew out. Just, oh no! There goes my teeth! Wait! Oh my gosh, Tails, let me win, please! Win! Yes! Tails! That's right, Tails! I'm Sonic! It's Team Sonic Racing, Tails! Is Team Tails Racing? No! You should be ashamed of yourself,
He's your
Tails.
fucking team, man.
I don't care.
This is exactly why Anakin killed the Jedi.
Hey, all that matters is I want first place here. Before I can answer, a booming voice echoes from the front door.
Yelling, but wait, hey, ya esta que? I know Spanish.
Oh my gosh. It's even better than I thought. Oh my gosh. That's oh. And he also has the mustache. Let's go.
He's got the mustache.
Oh my gosh. Not bothering to wait for a response. What I can only assume to be Rose's dad barges into the dining room. It's like watching an avalanche of scales descend towards me in slow motion.
Puppy!
だが、ソメヤはその条件を守ることができなかった。やめろ。やめてくれ。桐生さん、あなたがソメヤに殺されてやらなかったせいです。やめろ。
This is so. These guys not. It's like, oh, Kiryu. If you we're gonna kill you. We're gonna kill you. You know, and then after you're done, we're done with killing you, we're gonna go after your family. Kiryu wins the fight. Oh, Kira, you should have just you should have just died. Now this guy's family has to. This is all on you. This is your fault, Kira. These guys are assholes. Say, oh, did you see what you did, Kiryu? Now I gotta kill her too. Fuck these guys. Let's run the other side. Oh! Is this the ladder, Nick? I mean, not? Is this the ladder?
Yes.
Oh, let's go! Let's go! Hold on. We're about to have peak gameplay here. It's the ladder!
It was supposed to be a long, very long fight, so this was supposed to be where it's very tense. So this is like wind down after that.
Yeah, she's singing!
Also, it's meant to hide the transition between one area and the other.
Melt into you. Oh, I'm trying to. Oh my gosh! No! Is this actual legit karma happening to me? I was just joking. No, wait! This is actual karma happening to me for being mean to my teammates. What the fuck? Out.
You want me to spell it out for you?
Jesus. Did you write this, Nick? Woman.
Nothing clip that moment. I want you to, hold on, I can clip it. I can do it.
Woman moment, Nick. She's angry at us when we're with her, and she's angry at us when we're not with her. Oh, and he's watching from the distance. No, oh my gosh, no! No! Haruto's taking his first steps as Kiryu walks away! Ah! No! Oh my gosh!
I see the earth.
Oh, is this how he's gonna blow up quick? Oh. Okay.
He became Imhotep from the Mummy Ride.
Well, that wasn't your typical Power Rangers boss explosion. Okay. Oh, yes! Wait! Wait, never mind! Yes! Yes! Oh! Oh, yes! Let's go! Never mind, Nick! I changed my mind. I love Ken. Never mind. Ken Penders. Mati! The voice from outer heaven! Yes! We're getting fucking super echidna ancient civilization! Yes! Oh! Never mind, Nick. This is all good now. It only took us. Hold on. Like what is this? This is the 18th stream we've done reading Archie Sonic. It took us 18 streams, but we're finally at the fucking ancient echidna civilization. Yes! Oh! But instead, That's a great mindset. Oh, whatever. You know, fuck her. You know, she's stupid, you know? Come on. She thinks she's non-binary. Please, huh? Come on. Well, look, I got a hot Latina girlfriend. You know, trans rights? What's that? I don't know. Gosh, she's overreacting. What's she gonna do? Shoot up a school? Great going. This is I know this is going great because immediately he just goes, who cares about her? I still got Rosa. Nothing can take her away from me. I can't wait for that to horribly age. Who knows? Oh my gosh, Don Quixote not! Yes!
Yeah. Don Quixote.
A what? What's a Phrygian guard?
They are basically Vikings who were hired by the Byzantines to be an elite bodyguard unit.
Really?
Yeah.
The Byzantines
a lot of the
hired Vikings?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
The Byzantines had a Anglo-Saxon guard
Oh shit.
from England.
Huh.
It's a bunch of exiles after the Romans took over.
Oh, okay. Oh. Huh. I did not know this was a thing. Damn, if they taught this in school, I would have been even more into history then. It's like, you're telling me you're not teaching kids about the Vikings hired by the Byzantines? That's cool. That's some cool shit. They don't teach that? That's dumb.
Which is why they refuse to not do it.
Oh my gosh. That's dumb. Oh, you hear us, Ray? Oh, okay.
But unfortunately for this one, Varangian Guard, apparently now they decided, Ubisoft, the developers decided that instead of making their warriors, that you can pick between male or female, apparently they've been doing it for a while. Like in the original For Honor, only like the Valkyrie. And
There's like a class for there's a few classes here and there that were that were sex locked, but most of them were you could have both.
They basically sex locked now of their new ones, and Varangian Guard is the newest one, so
they're all stuck as women.
Yeah, the Jaguar Warrior was the male. So Varangian Guard got female.
Hey, you know what? Fair.
But she does look cool. She is like completely. She is the most realistic-looking Viking out of the Viking faction.
Okay.
Oh, don't you know that the Highlander was in the Viking faction?
Aw, damn. Does that mean then that she doesn't have horn helmets? Damn, that's a shame.
She has like a Varangian Guard for I'll just show you how. This is what she looks like in For Honor.
All right.
Posting it in the back room.
All right. Let's see what we're working with here. Can a Newa borrow a French fry, Ray? Now, how is a Newa?
How's a Newa gonna borrow a French fry? No, we got bit. Borrow it back.
And I will just let's see if
okay. Oh my gosh! It's not only is a woman, but oh gosh, her breast is not protruding out. It's not female enough. Oh no, the horror! The horror.
And here are the base set Vikings. So like you can see where
They just decided, you know what? she gets to be the most accurate. The guys, however, no, they can be, they can have the horned helmets.
Well, actually, the Valkyrie is a woman too.
I sweat and
But she gets okay. Still, it's just kind of funny that all of a sudden they decide, you know what, this new one's gonna have no longer, no horn helmets. Why is the Berserker have like? Does he have cornrows?
Let me check.
Okay. To be fair, it's like a
Wait,
small
huh?
image I'm working on here. It's a little fuzzy, so it kind of looks like he has cornrows, and he's also. And I'm just, it's kind of funny, cause it's clearly an African Viking, and they gave him cornrows. That is actually legit funny. It's like, shit.
It's that ropey hairstyle from modern Viking stuff. Also,
okay.
you can customize the ethnicity for every character, so you can make
okay, but
black Vikings, blacks.
I'm just saying, it kind of like the hairstyle. It makes it look like he's got cornrows.
You can.
So I'm just saying, it'd be really like they chose for this, this image you show me. They chose for the Berserker to clearly have darker skin. And they gave him hair that kind of looks like cornrows. What did Ubisoft mean by this? What did they mean by that?
The thing is that style is very common with modern Viking media.
Really?
Yeah.
It was all from that, they try to make them look like bikers.
Now, is that accurate at all? Like, is that an actual
No.
hairstyle? No, that's all made up?
No,
Okay.
it's all made up.
It's all made up? Okay. So...
Pretty much here, unfortunately, Chengiz, here's the truth. 90% of Viking imagery in both the modern times and in the past in fiction, and despite being in historical settings, are completely made up.
If you want good if you want good Viking imagery, go look. Yeah.
Well, if I want accurate,
But if you want good good accurate Viking stuff, look up Vinland Saga.
I was gonna say I could just rewatch the Northman. Because Northman's fun. I think I remember what's his name? Oh my gosh, the director of the Northman. Robert Eggers. Now I remember. I remember Robert Eggers saying that he actually he I remember behind the scenes he actually said it was really the main character, the one the main guy that one of the Skarsgård brothers plays in the movie, where he said they had to compromise on accuracy because to make him look cooler, because he said he if they want to go full accuracy, he said if they want to go full accuracy, they would just give Bill Skarsgård the bowl cut. It's kind of funny, but
and I just spent money to get the Varangian Guard now.
Oh, okay.
So Chase, I have two things.
Okay.
One, this got into my recommendations for some reason. I haven't watched it. I don't plan to. Just so you, but I'm showing it to you just so you understand.
What is this?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Another case of Ruin Forever.
What?
James, people are upset about Cyberworld.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'm just saying, it's not so much that I'm like, oh gosh, people are upset. It's more like, yep, here we go. We already got people upset about it.
It's a filler series.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You shouldn't be worked up. It's literally just there
Yeah,
to fill in
but-
the gap.
Yeah. Also, I'm just excited for the fucking King of the Hill revival, man.
Oh, the King of the Hill revival? Yeah.
First of all, Cody just going, it's a fucking medical mural.
That Bill is still alive.
Also-
that's great.
Also, the idea of Dale running for mayor.
Uh-huh.
This guy has spent so long trying to fight the government, and now plans to be part of it.
Well, you know what, Nick? If anyone's gonna well, Nick, I like to believe Dale's pulling a Ron Swanson, where he's gonna join the government to dismantle it from the inside.
That's what I'm thinking too. That is such a Dale thing to do.
That would be a Dale thing to do. I'm joining the government to dismantle it from the inside.
I joined the government, and so that way I could destroy it from the inside.
Exactly. Did you join at a bad time, Chelsea? We talking history? Well, we're kind of done talking about history, for now.
It was
Yeah.
mostly really about a video game.
Yeah, it was mostly
Yeah,
about
a video game's interpretation of history. Like, For Honor is not historically accurate. Do not expect it to be historically accurate, because
That's why you can watch the Northman. Yeah. I'm gonna keep recommending the Northman. It's a great movie.
yeah, I will watch it. I just need to have time to set aside.
I'm surprised you haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, me too. There's
speaking
always
of-
some.
Oh, speaking of movies, did you see the trailer, Nick, for Guillermo's Frankenstein?
Yes.
I'm very interested. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That said, one thing I do like is it seems there's clearly a lot we still don't know, but I do like that it's very much implied that in this movie the monster is chasing Victor around, like the world, because I like the
Yeah.
because like the monster,
like in
Much
the
like
original book.
yeah. So I'm
Yeah, like
I'm excited that like they're doing that. Guillermo's going that route. Like, oh yeah, this monster's gonna be chasing Guillermo around the world. So, it's also interesting though that the monster, at least from what I can sort of tell, doesn't seem that huge. Cause you know what it is like. Cause like whenever you think of like usual like depiction of Frankenstein's monster, he's kind of like this like you know, big hulking behemoth. But it's kind of interesting here. Guillermo decided monster's not gonna be that huge. So it's interesting.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
Team Sonic Racing.
What about
Not
it?
Team Sonic. Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Yeah.
So here's our playable roster:
Okay.
Sonic, Shadow, Dr. Eggman, Tails,
Shadow.
Knuckles, Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Silver, Big, Rouge,
Rouge. Ooh.
Omega,
Okay, nice.
Vector, Espio, Charmy. All Chaotix.
Oh, the Chaotix! Yeah! Let's go!
Chaotix.
All the Chaotix. Hell yeah! Oh,
Jet,
I'm excited.
Wave, Storm, Babylon Rogues,
Mm-hmm.
Blaze,
Alright. Blaze, nice.
Cream.
Cream. Ooh.
There you go, Chelsea. You got Cream. You got Cream playable again.
Is Silver around?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
Silver. I mentioned
Silver.
him.
He's oh yeah. I didn't hear Silver, that's all.
Metal Sonic, Sage, Eggpon, Zavok, and Zaz.
I like how your enthusiasm died as soon as you mentioned those goobers.
Yeah, yeah.
You is it general it's just general opinion on the Goober 6 just not that high at all?
Not really. Also, we will be getting more characters later on.
Oh, okay.
So like we got a Sonic Prime thing coming.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know.
And we got rumors of some more characters.
Okay.
Care to guess who they might be?
Are they movie characters? Like,
Nope.
no? Really? No movie characters? Oh.
So Chase, you have like the wide range of Sonic characters to pick from.
Yeah.
Who do you think is gonna be in it?
Can I have my girls, Tangle and Whisper? Can they be in there,
No.
please? No? Fuck! You cowards!
You know who is rumored though?
I don't know who.
Angry Birds and SpongeBob.
What? Angry Birds? Well. Oh yeah, Sega owns Angry. Wait, Sega owns Angry Birds, right? Or
They do, yeah.
wait, why SpongeBob?
I don't know.
That's so like okay, Sega owns Angry Birds, so I could kind of see that. Like okay, they're gonna put their Sega properties there, but like, why SpongeBob?
I don't know.
That's so weird.
Not gonna lie, the fact that we haven't gotten a like certain other characters, you know, like a certain two other characters that could really make people go, yeah.
You know what?
Kind of upsetting.
You know what? If Sega's gonna put Angry Birds, they might as well put all their other like Sega properties in there. That's right. Come on, Sega, be smart. I want my boy Kiryu in a fucking car beating that damn hedgehog.
Changus.
Yes.
That's a high possibility.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, let's go! I could. It's like, fuck you, Sonic. Kiryu's in the house now. Dragon.
It is also being confirmed that characters from various Sega properties will be playable in the game.
Oh, my boy, the Dragon of Dojima can beat that damn hedgehog. Let's go!
I'm just saying, it's possible.
Let's go!
I want Knights. I want fucking Knights to be in there.
Oh yeah, Knights. Yeah.
But really, I hope that they don't skimp out on Sonic characters for the DLC. Because you have so many to pick from, and the fact that I mean, really, you're gonna choose fucking Zavok and Zaz.
You don't like those scoopers.
I don't. I really don't. I do not give a shit about either of them. Especially when, so I'm not holding my breath for characters like Sally or Bunny.
No.
I would like them to be there. But I'm willing to accept. Yeah, they're probably just not gonna be there. But like, Tangle, Whisper, Sticks.
Oh yeah, Sticks. Oh yes.
They can own Sticks. You can use her.
Sticks needs love. Come on, Sega. Oh,
she's just Sonic's Dale Gribble.
Sonic, I'm joining the government. I thought you hated the government.
Oh my gosh, I'd really like that to be at some point. That would have been a fucking hilarious concept for Sonic.
Sticks.
Sonic Boom if they kept going.
Sticks, I thought you hated the government. I do, Sonic.
I'm joining the government to dismantle the government.
Alright, good luck with that, Sticks.
Well, good luck with that.
You're holding your breath for Surge. Oh, Surge would be nice.
See, here's the thing. Surge is possible. Sega owns her.
That is true. Sega owns her.
But like, come on, Sega. Use the characters you have.
Well,
seriously though, why SpongeBob?
I don't know. I don't know why SpongeBob.
I'm not angry. Just confused.
Come on, Sega. Put the Dragon of Dojima in your game already so I can beat that hedgehog.
James, that's a huge possibility, too.
I'm hoping that happens, man. I'm hoping. I'm gonna get Sonic Racing Crossroads just for the Dragon of Dojima. Your brain is sticks, Chelsea. I don't think you're paranoid, though,
Nick.
Chelsea. So.
Shangus.
Yeah.
Streaming back room. Imagine you're about to tangle up with a knight in this bastard. Wait. Oh wait, that's Star Wars.
Hey, look, I'm Boba Fett now.
That looks like him trying to beat Darth Vader, though.
Lois, you should totally join the dark
I'm
side.
watching The Mandalorian. I'm having Stewie as Grogu.
Stewie, this is the way. That's great. Oh my goodness. I love.
Maybe I'll meet Jack Black and Lizzo.
Maybe I'll meet Jack Black. You know what? You know what, Nick? If Sega was smart, Peter Griffin for Sonic Crossroads. Come on, Sega. Do you use that money you got from those movies to get Peter Griffin? What? Hey, Lois, check it out. This is almost as cool as the time I was in that Sonic racing game. Oh my goodness. But no, if Yakuza. But look, no, but for real though, if I'm gonna be honest, maybe I'll hold off from getting Sonic Racing Crossroads until they confirm Yakuza. Then I'll get the game. Because if there's no Yakuza, then thanks Sega, you crushed my hopes and dreams. You bastards! How dare you? How dare you? You bastards! Can Peter fit in Sonic's car, Chelsea? I don't think so. I think he would get a different car. So I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, actually speaking of Sonic, let me check something real quick. When the hell are those damn figures shipping out, Hasbro? Hold on. When are those damn figures shipping out, Hasbro? It's been so long. When are they gonna be shipping out? What's the date they're coming out, Hasbro? Tell me right now. Okay, hold on. Yes, log into Hasbro Pulse. It's me, Hasbro. It's me. Let me see when those damn Sonic figures. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, I ordered them like beginning of last month. Oh my gosh. You're gonna have to wait until around like about mid-June, Nick, for the Sonic figures to start being shipped out.
Honestly, if they get here on June 23rd, I'm not gonna lie, I won't be too upset.
That would be nice. I don't know if it'll be that quick though, but that would be nice.
Yeah. Also, I'll be right back. I gotta figure out food.
Oh, okay. All right then. Damn, Nick really just went. I'm gonna be outside. All right. Well, it is what it is, I guess then. Oh my gosh, I have to wait till next year for that new Masterpiece Optimus Prime Takara. You Japanese bastards! How dare you! I'm starting to not like the Japanese anymore. Oh, you know, speaking of Japanese, how accurate are those samurai in that game, Ninjato? Are they also not that accurate?
Every character, when I say it's not accurate, everything is not accurate.
Everything's not accurate?
Some of them are more accurate than others.
Do the samurai at least look cool?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the only problem with it is that
they look cool.
they lean a little bit too much. They made their armor look like it's made out of wood.
Yeah, that was retarded.
That's like the biggest mistake. Which I understand why. Partly understand why. Just the way they kind of set it up. Like you have like the knights. They were trying to develop like a different artistic texture to it because the knights have like the armor, so you have like a lot of metal in their armor.
Yeah.
And then the Viking has like, as you see, only the Varangian Guard, the new character, which by the way, Magic, I did spend the money to buy her, and I found a purple outfit for her. It came with a purple, so she looks like a proper Byzantine warrior.
Oh my gosh, the Byzantines
Okay, here in
behind the slaughter.
Screaming Backroom, these are the original characters.
All right.
Yeah, like you can see how like they made them all distinct.
Yeah.
Like the wood does help with that distinctive flair to it, but the problem is that it does lend a little bit of an inaccuracy in some people's perception about Japanese armor.
Okay.
Mostly when it's related to samurai versus knights, when people do like power scaling debates.
Oh, okay.
And because like there's some people who's like the katana is the best weapon ever. It can cut through anything. While other people is like, the knight's armor is so impenetrable. The Japanese never encountered a fully armored opponents. Like,
okay, I see then. Okay. Well,
but I would say, like, maybe I will probably do a 2 cents topic at some point about For Honor, and because there are some.
Played it a whole bunch back in the day.
Yeah, they're like, I like the designs a lot.
It's
like,
a very fun game.
Yeah, it's no game has copied it.
Okay. I
Which
see.
It like the way they did a fighting system, because it's a multiplayer that is also kind of like a fighting game. But not really.
Okay.
Because the fighting system is more of a simulation of stage combat. Do you understand the difference?
Somewhat.
Okay, just to reiterate, like real combat, you know, you're supposed to hit the target, like the other person. You're not aiming for the swords, and your windows are super broad. While in stage combat, you're trying to swing your sword to hit the other guy's sword, but you're telegraphing it into 5 different directions. So above, top right, top left, right, left. Right?
Okay.
So the idea is that you're not purposely hitting the person, but it's to make it a nice looking choreograph on stage or on the camera, which is what most fights are.
Okay.
But and this game uses that as its core melee mechanic. Like, you're using the 2 buttons of the controllers that is similar to like Dark Souls. So you have like the RB and RT for your thing, but you're using the right thumbstick when you enter combat mode to direct where you're gonna strike.
Okay.
I do have to say one thing.
Okay.
There was one big thing against it.
Uh-huh.
Last time I checked, it was 80 gigabytes.
Oh, Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it is an older game that just have been stuff added to it over the years.
Okay. I see.
Yeah, that was a while ago though, so it's probably a lot worse now.
I'll check the Steam because it wasn't that big on console, which I'm playing on. Ooh, 90. Eek.
90 gigabytes?
Yeah, for PC.
Alright. Okay. Okay. What?
Also, is a campaign mode that delves into the story. And
Okay. I suppose. Oh my gosh.
It's an extended tutorial.
Oh, let's go. There's a $90 Ultimate Edition. Yes, Ubisoft. Oh, I love you. I love you, Ubisoft. Ooh, $90.
Well, that one is like pretty much everything. You only miss out like the latest.
Yeah, I know, but it's just like it's just kind of funny. You go from 30, and it bumps up like by an extra $30 to 60, and they decide, okay, you know what? Not $30. Boom, 90. So
yeah,
thank you, Ubisoft.
I just think it's kind of funny how, again, like they added pirates to this setting, like
pirates.
full on Pirates of the Caribbean with Flintlock and a sword, along. Just some of the characters they added in the later season, it's just hilarious to me. Like, what?
Hey, pirates are cool, man. Like,
oh yeah, I am
cool.
actually, yeah. Of course there are. That's why I'm like writing. I am writing one. So it's currently under Project Susan. So Project Susan is based on the premise on, what is Susan's pregnancy story after the last battle? If you know what happened, you know.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing Ancient Warfare. I kind of decided. I know.
Let's go.
Right now, what I need to work on is kind of the pirate crew so that she is ended up with. So I got a solid idea of what. Who the main character is, what's her arc, and also she will have a niece character, like a young niece character that is important to the story in her arc. But then I need to do is come up with
Peter
a pirate
got busy.
crew.
Peter got busy. Alright. Alright. Let's go. Narnia's about to get pirates, baby. Hell yeah.
Well, it's in my fantasy world, so.
Yeah, but it's just. Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's still funny. It's like, let's go. The fantasy world of Narnia. We got pirates now. Aslan. Aslan died for our sins, so that way pirates can exist. This is what it's all about.
The One Piece is real.
The One Piece is real.
Pirates existed in Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
I don't remember anything from Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
When the crew got captured on the first island, they're supposed to be pirates.
I don't. Again, it's been a while since I've seen anything with like or read anything in Narnia. I don't remember anything from Voyage of the Dawn Treader. I remember only thing I remember is that people didn't like the third movie. you got the first. Oh,
we lost Nick.
Damn, the pirates got him. No,
he's gonna be sold off, auctioned off.
Oh my gosh, not the This what we should have known. Oh, damn.
Yeah,
this is what
but,
happens when you introduce pirates in your
do
fantasy
have-
world.
What I want to work on is the pirate crew
Uh-huh.
that they're gonna end up with. I already got the idea for the captain. It's gonna be, so in my world I have an island nation that is Wars of the Roses England combined with feudal Japan.
Huh.
Basically, it's an island of like, this is all the standard fantasy trope island. On that.
Oh, speaking of standard fantasy tropes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Well, I haven't finished up what I was gonna say.
Okay.
But
Alright.
Go ahead.
I know we need to.
We need to get on with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but essentially, I have.
Oh.
The captain is from that island, but the unique thing about him is that he's black.
Oh my gosh! Oh, I'm so scared.
I do have an explanation in how the universe works of how that happened. Essentially, a previous isekai hero could be the mythical, the unknown character of Yasuke. Could be not. But anyway, just like a previous isekai hero basically founded a house on that island.
Okay.
And then the other crew member I have is to be like the elves representative, which is full-on Vikings.
Viking elves?
Yep.
That's fun.
And full-on Scandinavian elves.
Alright.
So you have like and they're all different, and they're not like a united group. They're all different ones. So much like Vikings, it's like you may come past some trade like elves who are very nice and trade you stuff.
And then there are others.
And then the next group of elves that you think is going to give you trading. No, they want to pillage. Sometimes they traded with you so they can spy on you and then pillage you.
Thank you, elves. Very cool.
Yeah,
welcome.
That's it.
Oh, were you gonna say something, Messi?
No, he said you're welcome.
Oh, you're welcome.
And that's about it. Like, so I got like captain and like maybe a first mate, but I have done little on the other ones. So I was just gonna ask, as we delve into the topic of fantasy, what would be a funny combination of like a fantasy race mixed with a world culture that you did not see in fantasy that you think would be cool?
Robots. I don't know how. I don't know.
Oh, no, Cheng. It's robots in disguise.
Oh, true.
Okay. Aside from robots,
Uh,
I could theoretically put a robot in, but
Hear me out.
uh-huh.
Cavemen.
Cavemen.
combined with what?
Just
Other cavemen.
there's just Neanderthals walking around. It's like it's like Primal, where like you got spears, just like Neanderthal and a T-Rex, and at the same time there's also Vikings existing at the same time.
Yeah, but I don't know where
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, man. Just like in the land of not Narnia, there's just an island full of Neanderthals. So Neanderthal
you mean like
caveman pirates.
you mean like the islands that was during the Age of Discovery?
I don't know. Maybe.
The stereotypical island of cannibals?
I I wouldn't say cannibals.
Because that's what most of. Because that was most of those tribes that were discovered. They were like.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just spitballing, man. You wanted like ideas? I'm just spitballing. Here, you want caveman pirates? There we go. You got the pirates and you got your cavemen. Best of both worlds. Caveman pirates. they got like a wooden ship, and then like instead of like cans, they just chuck a bunch of rocks at you. They sink your boats by flinging rocks. Caveman pirates. That's the ideal fantasy world right there. Yeah. Speaking of fantasy, Master, that fantasy world you were watching, does that have any pirates or cavemen?
No.
No? Damn. Never mind then.
I mean, it's basically just generic D&D, so probably yes, but I didn't see any no.
Oh, okay. Alright. Well, you gotta convince me then, and to watch. How would you convince me to watch it if there's no pirates or cavemen?
I'm afraid I can't.
Damn. Okay.
If there's no pirates and no cavemen, I'm afraid I must give up and all is lost.
Damn.
Might as well go on a Ninjato's topic.
Damn. But for real though, what?
Sorry, we can't talk about one of the class. I heard like it's like one of the most classic anime fantasy stories.
Is it?
It's like, yeah.
Wait,
I heard it's like one of those foundational things. Like to understand.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
Oh.
How about you, Matt? What's your opinion, Matt Stick?
It's okay. Like it's
okay. Just okay.
Like D&D. If you like D&D, you'll like this.
Okay.
D&D isn't too much of my thing. I mean, it's okay, but you know, so it's like, I think D&D is okay. So I think this is okay. But if you really like D&D, you'll really like this.
Okay.
Because back in the 80s, so this is based off of a book series, which is based off of a D&D transcripts.
Okay.
Which excuse me, I'm doing two things at once. I'm basing a miniature.
Okay.
But so yeah, in the 80s, a group of a D&C transcript was released in a magazine, and it got really popular. So the GM of that novelized the book series into Record of Lodoss War. Sort of did a few, like, you know, he didn't completely. It's not 1-to-1, you know. He did some other stuff, and like combined some characters and like added some new storylines and whatever. But I'm trying to think of what I should do. Let's say next. But after that, it did get really popular, and leading it to be one of the big. It's sort of a seminal high fantasy Japanese story. Like, but it is basically just D&D. If you like D&D, you'll like this. Like I said, I think the story is all right. Like it's like D&D. It's like,
well, Does
It's like generic
it-
D&D stuff.
Can I ask? Does the story itself take itself rather seriously? Because
I'd say so. You know,
you'd
like,
say so. Okay. Because with D&D, you know, like you know, any anything can really happen there. So like, you know, you could have like, you know, like
yeah, but it's like kind of like
mm,
standard D&D story.
okay, it's just a very standard fantasy. All right.
Yeah, you got a party.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be there's a conflict between, you know, the forces of good and the forces of evil, and you got a party, and they're going into dungeons and they're dealing with dragons, quite literally. And you know, you got your fighter, you got your rogue, you got your high elf, you got your dwarf, you got your priest, you got your wizard and your cleric.
Yeah.
The story isn't like it's all right. Like there's the forces of the kingdom of the good and the forces of the kingdom of the evil, and they're both being manipulated by an evil witch. So they gotta deal with that.
Okay.
I don't remember a lot of their names all too much because it's
Uh-huh.
it's kind of like it's very fantasy namesy.
Okay.
The main character's name is Parn. High elf is Dietlit, and then the rogue was named Woodchuck.
Woodchuck.
And then after that, it kind of just
Okay.
it's a little bit lost. I can, but the art style, the animation, the voice acting for the OVAs was pretty good. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but for the time, I think, you know, like early '90s, it's probably it's probably a better one.
Is it dubbed?
Yeah, I watched the dubbed OVA.
Okay.
Yeah. I think Crispin Freeman was supposed to be in it.
Really?
I didn't check I'd have to go back and check it again. But Crispin Freeman, get out of my bedroom.
Does anything stand
Or
out
he
particularly?
either did this dub or he did another dub of it, but he was
okay.
involved. But the animation, I think, is where it really shines. The not the animation. The animation is it's okay. It does its job. But the art design is where this really shines. It's what's kept me going, because it is. You know, every still is a painting kind of thing. Like, it is really good. I no wonder it got really popular. Like, I mean, I'm not the biggest into like generic D&D stuff. I find it kind of boring.
Alright.
But this art design it is great. So, whatever then. But Record of Lotus 4, it's good. 6.5, 7 out of 10. You know.
Okay.
I think more like 6.5 for me. But I think this is going to really depend on how much you like. Again, it's really going to depend on how much you like regular D&D.
Okay.
If you like it, you'll love it. If you don't like it, it's probably not going to. I mean, there's definitely things to appreciate about it. But I don't think I'm gonna looking at any other Record of Lotus War stuff. Like I said, I'm not gonna abandon the idea that I'm not gonna cut it out entirely, but it's not gonna be anytime soon.
Does anything in particular like stand out for you when it comes to this?
Oh, like I said, the art design.
Okay. But it's like, is that really just it though? Like, are these like kind of like are the characters just kind of generic? Is that what it is?
I think they have a little bit of depth, a bit more than depth, but it's like what you see is what you get.
Okay. All right then.
Like you'll look at a character and you'll be like,
Mm-hmm.
that is exactly what they're gonna do and what they're gonna act like. Which is it's again, it says a lot to the art design that it conveys so much.
Okay.
But I liked it.
All right.
I didn't love it, but I liked it.
All right. Have any of you have any of you guys seen it before?
No, I have not. Have not.
Okay. You know, maybe they added pirates and cavemen. Then it would maybe it will leave a better impression. So.
Well, it's basically generic D&D, so they're guaranteed to have pirates and cavemen somewhere.
I guess. Oh, you know, I was just gonna remind. Speaking of D&D, I just got reminded. What was that one movie? I think it was like Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. I remember watching that.
The one with Chris, what's his name?
Yeah, it was one of the Chris's. I remember watching it fairly recently. It was actually pretty fun. It's actually a pretty fun movie. It's kind of one of those movies where it kind of got I wouldn't say sabotage, but Paramount didn't exactly do a good job telling people about the movie. Like Transformers. So thanks, Paramount. Very, very, very cool. But I remember it was.
You're welcome.
But I remember it was actually a very fun movie. Like, so I maybe we should talk about that sometime. I just remember it was pretty fun. You know what?
Now,
I'm thinking of.
What?
You know what would make Records Lotus work better if it was based off a D&D campaign, and for some reason you have Fantasy World D-Day.
I was about to say we have to, but Changus, we have to answer the call of duty.
We have to answer the call of duty.
Of duty.
He said duty.
Two.
Cool.
Get to Ninjato's topic.
2 with D-Day. Hell yeah. D-Day's
Yes.
Isn't D-Day like sometime like next week? The anniversary of it?
Next Friday.
Next Friday. Okay. Oh, that's why you wanted me to play Call of Duty 2.
All right, Europeans. Daddy's come home, and he has the belt.
Yeah. Okay, so Call of Duty 2, of course, is a sequel to Call of Duty. To kind of understand understand what was going on, of course, I did mention when we talked yesterday during the podcast about some of the history about it, how Infinity Ward was the developers for Medal of Honor Allied Assault, and they wanted to do a sequel, but they were not very fond of working with
EA.
EA.
Thank you, EA.
So they go to Activision.
Yeah, because they have like promises of being a bit more independent because Activision wanted a killer app.
All right.
Because remember, at this point, shooter games are World War II.
Mm.
You are
Uh-huh. Oh. Oh.
So what-
Everything
What?
good?
Oh, I just switched to my my PlayStation, and I poked my
yeah.
microphone.
So
Okay.
so what was going on with this one? So they made the first game,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, and it was a successful game. People loved it.
Yeah.
Like critics loved it. It was getting on the start, but it hasn't really. It was only like a PC game at that point.
Mm.
So they were like developing consoles,
Mm-hmm.
a console version for it, but it wasn't their priority. Like they had another company do it. So, but a big thing for this game was the Xbox 360.
Ah.
That really kind of drove the decisions to make a game about for that console because of the amount of power, if I remember correctly.
What year was
And
this?
This game came out in 2005 or 6. It was pretty. It was like a launch title.
Okay, so it was post Halo.
Yeah,
So I
post
Okay.
post Halo 2 at this point.
Ah. Okay. I see.
So what they wanted to do was to make a game a bit more for
Mm-hmm.
the audience that was the Halo audience. So you had like regenerating health that was like around the same time as Halo 2.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a major thing. And then that's in terms of gameplay. That was and then because they use the advantage of the Xbox 360 to make it more what they wanted in the first game. So a major innovation of the first game was the idea of AI teammates.
Oh.
Not of making that the central focus. So the idea is that you're not fighting
Mm-hmm.
alone. You're not like one lone dude who could take down an army. No, you're with a band of brothers who will stop at everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like you have to like fight through an actual battle and try to
Yeah.
maneuver,
Mm.
which leads into a more tense engagement, which this game really does follow up on Call of Duty's formula, even with the buffs of having regenerating health.
Mm.
And so in terms of what you're going to do in the campaign, there's not much of a story. You're going through the campaigns of
Mm-hmm.
like 3 divisions that are probably fictitious, most likely fictitious,
Okay.
in 3 different fronts. So you're going to start off with the Russian front,
Mm.
mostly in Stalingrad. You get like your opening level in
Yeah, War Crime O'Clock.
Woo!
like you spend like the tutorial doing a portion of the battle of next to Moscow.
Mm.
But it's a tutorial mission. That's not like your main focus. Is what you're mostly gonna do is do Stalingrad, including doing counter sniping, doing intense street fighting. Like street fighting is a very common theme in this game. You will find in a lot of levels is that, oh my goodness, you're fighting through street to street, and it's not just
Uh-huh.
easy. It's like they take a chore to go through, and you will dialogue going in between streets because You will get zapped if you get open. To simulate, like, you're not gonna. You may take a few hits. That doesn't mean that everyone doesn't have the opportunity to just zap you to oblivion as soon as you just get slightly out of cover, or throw infinite grenades at you.
So in other words, this game, I'm gonna be terrible at this game because that's not how I like playing. I don't really like taking cover so much. But no.
Oh shit.
Why?
Well, luckily your AI teammates can occasionally help out. Usually better than not helping out.
Why the dude in the thumbnail doing the soy jack pog face? Well, he's not.
He's calling commands.
But it is. But now that you mentioned that, Chelsea, it is kind of funny because now I can't really unsee that. So thanks, Chelsea, for ruining it for me. thanks, Chelsea. Ray, your girlfriend just ruined Call of Duty for me. What do you gotta say about that?
Yeah.
No, let's be
like,
honest,
I also noticed.
Oh my god.
I also noticed like there is a tendency. The game does have a thing of trying to make sure every level, despite being part of like a series of levels to be one mission, to have set pieces, which is going to be a bigger thing with Call of Duty moving forward.
I see. So that's what it is. Okay.
Like there. And then, so you got the Russian front. In the British one, for example, you'll be doing a trench raid in the desert. Because you're doing the North Africa campaign from El Alamein to pushing Rommel out of Africa. But then you take a break.
Oh, there's an African campaign.
Yeah.
Also, they're not just doing simply just you're just stuck in Europe or Japan.
No, not just Europe, France.
Like
France. They never do Italy as well. They rarely ever do Italy or Russia.
Well, Russia is like the second most common if they wanted to do something unique.
Well, okay.
Like,
so they actually expanded beyond just the typical World War II settings. All right.
Well, you get. So you get like 3 missions in Africa, which involves more street fighting, but it's now in a desert, and you get to have like a tank battle mission.
Ooh, tank battles, that's cool.
Where you get to drive the Crusaders and do like a cavalry charge in the desert. Because that's what you had to do back then. It was basically the Africa campaign. In terms of tank combat, is the equivalent of naval combat.
Oh, interesting. But on land.
Yep.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Huh.
So, and then the final campaign that I focus on is the Americans, where you focus on the Rangers in Pointe du Hoc for D-Day. Where they try to take out certain guns. A Fat Electrician has like a more sort of detailed video on focusing on...
I never clicked link so fast in my life.
we could talk more about it when we're...
Soon.
Yeah, soon. But where we do, Najano?
Pointe du Hoc. There's some. You played the Rangers for the during their invasion on D-Day, and then all the way up to you cross the Rhine. Actually, the final mission is the final level where you just cross the Rhine.
Ah, interesting. Okay.
and get into Germany before.
Mm.
The war ended. Before Hitler.
Yeah, before
Hitler gave himself.
We got to take Berlin before the Ruskies get there.
this was before Hitler decided to give himself self-medication with a bullet.
I mean, he was always giving himself medication
Oh, yeah, in a way.
with with like, what was it, cocaine or was it meth?
I mean, dude was high off his rockers, man. So
I think he was just doing one of those two.
I think it doesn't really matter what he was on.
They were doing Pernitin. Which was yes, it was meth, but it was a specific type of meth, in a specific way.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. White.
Mr.
We're gonna be
White.
supplying Hitler now.
Yeah, Nazis.
I mean, well, they did team up with Nazis in season 5.
Huh.
That's right, he did.
Yeah, Nazis, Mr. White.
Also, Chance, I'm just gonna send this to you. Out of context, I'm just gonna send this to you.
Okay, what are you saying to me?
Now imagine it's my Megatron saying that.
Okay, thank you, Nick.
Yeah.
Jesse didn't like it.
Like,
oh, so Jesse has standards when it comes to who he does meth with. Mr. White's cool, but Nazis? Nah, man. Nah, that ain't cool. Alright. Okay. But, what was that? But we Call of Duty 2, though. Was that?
You know, the Colombian cartel, monsters like those. Yeah, that's okay, but Nazis, that's too far. That's what this does. One step too far.
That's too far. Okay.
Apparently.
Alright. But where were we, Ninja, with World War II?
just like the general campaign, how it works, and.
Okay. Alright then. Can you
like the game is still very fun to play.
Alright.
And
now
it is a very challenging game. Like the reason I wanted you to play is because this is definitely in the transition from the World War II shooters from the past, where you had to worry about health packs. You're a one-man army. You're like they were trying to sell that as
the Doom style.
Sort of. It's like the Doom style, but
see.
also you still have to be smart about your tactics.
Okay. Okay, I see. I get it now. Moving away from like. I see. I get it now. All right.
Yeah, like before funny enough, Call of Duty will evolve from like trying to be tactical when them trying to embrace like telling you that you're like the Doomslayer, where you're a badass, but
hell yeah.
But it's never gonna be the same as the other games. In that comes out later.
Okay, that was good.
of what. So my favorite mission. Let's see. My favorite missions were the tank and the British, and you escaping from the town and then you retaking the town. The funny enough, in that mission, the mission in in the game, you spend more time playing the British players, British campaign, than.
I see. The British are coming. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I also like how they managed to incorporate variety with every you're facing the Germans throughout all of the campaigns, but it doesn't feel like stale. Like they use similar models, but like they made sure that the clothing at least looked at a glance differently. Like you're in the desert and stuff. Like it is a minimum requirement, but it's like it's one of those things that you don't think about until you really think back upon it. It's like, oh yeah, they do respect. They did like the minimum requirements.
Okay. I see.
But like compared to like and also it's probably was used for like to showcase technology at the time. Is like, hey, we got more data, we can do a lot of this stuff. So we could do Africa, we could do we don't have to worry about making just 2 models for Germany. Now we can do stuff in Africa along with Russia and France. I probably should look back on Call of Duty 1 to see if they had similar character models in both the Russia, British, and America campaigns, but in this one I did notice that one. There's not a lot of like music as expected. It makes you feel like you're in the war scenario. Like the sound design was really good. Except for the grenades. They always felt like it does feel like a bit more out of place with the grenade sound.
Okay. So grenades.
It didn't help that I kept hearing. Yeah, it didn't help that both you and the enemies are constantly throwing grenades everywhere.
I see.
And you have to like.
So you just constantly chucking grenades at one another. Grenade! Ha!
Yeah. If the enemy is not lasering you with their bullets, like I swear they have like lasers instead of real bullets, while you are stuck with actual bullets. And they also are perfectly accurate with their grenade placement.
You know, kind of reminds me. It's actually okay. It's kind of funny because you're talking about like they might as well have like lasers instead of bullets. But I just remembered there was a what movie, World War II movie? I think it was Fury, the World War II tank movie with Brad Pitt, where for some reason the direction for that movie they decided that all like the bullets and everything would just look like Star Wars lasers. like the I think like the Nazis, they had like green lasers or something, and then like, you know, the Allied forces, they had like red lasers, and that was supposed to be like their bullets.
G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe.
American hero. You know what? Learning is half the battle, and the other is red and blue lasers.
Exactly. I think Parmigiano was saying that.
I know. No, it's just. Yeah, I'm pretty much all set with talking about Call of Duty 2. Like, that is my brief thing. It's like, I'm not sure how much you know about World War II history, about the campaigns that did get explored. That would be like one of the fun things if you do Call of Duty 2.
Honestly, the thing that got me was I didn't even realize we had stuff going on in Africa during World War II. That's like news to me.
Oh yeah, that's where Erwin Rommel.
Yeah, there was big battles in like Egypt.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's the campaign that Erwin Rommel is famous for.
Ah, I see.
You know, there was a battle in World War I where the French and British colonies fought against the German colonies in Africa. And one of the battles, it was a three-way battle between the British, the Germans, and a group of bees that they royally pissed off by having a battle right around where they had their cement hides.
And by the way, the British soldiers were not regular Englishmen. They were the conscripts from India.
Oh.
And then the German soldiers were local African recruits.
So it's Indians versus Africans fighting for the sake of the British and the Germans.
Yes.
That actually sounds.
Gotta love colonialism.
That actually sounds okay. Yeah, colonialism and all that. That's kind of
based.
Well, no, let's be honest. I want to say based, but based not really the right word. But
super based.
Oh, okay. All right. Tone it down, Mr. White. Tone it down, Mr. Whitey. But no, but it does actually. But actually does.
Asian. We know you all. We know you all did as much do colonialism as well.
Yeah, but our colonialism was cooler. So, no, but for real though.
Yeah, the Korean colonialism. Get colonized.
No, but for
you're getting colonized by other Asians.
But for real though, like that's actually such an interesting like scenario. Like these people, like these people fighting this big ass proxy war in the middle of World War II. That sounds really fun. Like a fun scenario to explore. Oh, it's World War One. Oh, but still.
Yeah.
Still,
World War One was the one that's messy with all the colonies and stuff. And also the Indian, I think that force did have white British officers because that was the policy, was that your regular soldiers are locals, but the officer corps are from the motherland.
Okay. Your ancestors
so that they won't get any ideas.
Your ancestors came here on a boat as labor, Ray. Well, Ray,
Well, you shouldn't have other Africans enslave your ancestors and sell them to the whites.
I was gonna say, Ray, there's a possibility that maybe your ancestor wasn't part of people that got sold. Maybe it's like that Key and Peele sketch where the white men didn't want your ancestors. So hey, maybe you're one of the few that that didn't descend from slavery because the white men looked at your ancestors like, yeah, no ways that guy working on my farm.
No, they would work. They would just go to the sugar plantations in the Caribbean.
Oh, okay. Still, that's still one of my favorite Key and Peele sketches. Just like no one wants Keegan or Jordan because nah, man, no, we're not buying those guys for our farm. They're they look weak. It's they're going from oh, good thing we're not being sold. Like, what do you mean? Why aren't you buying us? Come on, we're look at me. I'm strong.
You have ancestors to the 54th Massachusetts.
You have a great grandfather who fought in the Civil War in a unit from Glory. Oh.
The 54th, Massachusetts.
Oh, I didn't know there was black people who fought in the Civil War.
That's the whole premise of Glory. So Frederick Douglass was kind of pressuring Lincoln to allow blacks to fight in the war. It was a big controversy in this, again, like, the whole slavery issue.
But
even then, just regular racism at that time that prevented blacks from participating, while there was a good number of people who would definitely volunteer, especially since he made the
Denzel
Emancipation
Washington.
Proclamation. Yeah,
Morgan.
I haven't seen that film, but I only seen the ending of that film. It's a great film.
It has Andre Braugher. Okay, I might have to see this movie just for Andre Braugher. Captain Holt was Captain Holt was in a World War II movie. I mean, a Civil War movie.
Nice.
Yeah, so we might have to watch it just for him.
Yeah, so what happened was after Fredericksburg or Antietam, which was a neutral, it was a draw, but it was enough of a victory that Lincoln used the Emancipation Proclamation and also kind of allowed regiments of fully black regiments led by white officers. And so that was the compromise, and the 54th was the first one. And you got Matthew Broderick's character is an actual historical figure leading that unit, and
is he
spoilers,
racist?
the movie ends.
Is Matthew Broderick the guy he's playing? Is he racist?
Nope.
Oh, okay. So he's one of the people who actually wanted to lead who actually didn't mind him. Okay.
Yeah. As far as I know, he wasn't like racist.
Well, at the very least, he was willing to. At the very least, he was willing to work with black people in this unit. So.
Yeah.
There were actually black troops fighting for the Confederates.
Huh.
They were mainly slave owners.
Ah. Okay.
Well, they didn't really were not fully.
They weren't common at all, but they did exist.
They
Sorry,
didn't.
but I just want to.
They didn't. They weren't even recognized by the Confederacy.
I would bet they were recognized.
Yeah, because here's the funny thing. So what happened was that in the war, because there's like online debates around it, and basically what happened was that at the start of the Civil War, because the South had a manpower problem, it was proposed to have black regiments, official full regiments. But of course, they refused. Why? Because it went against.
Yeah.
What's the point of having slavery if you're just going to send all your slaves to either die or win and be emancipated?
Yeah, I see.
Because that was part of the deal. It's like the whole point. Even though they used the states' rights as an excuse for what they actually wanted, because if they were doing for states' rights, this was like, we would.
They would have freed their slaves and sent them out to die.
Okay.
Yeah, and they only managed to pass like a tiny bit of regiments right at the end, like when Richmond is about to be fell apart.
Okay.
And there were like, I think mainly from like Louisiana, like black slave owners who were volunteering to fight in the war because they wanted to keep their slaves.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember reading about that in Thomas Sowell's book.
Yeah, and then what else is So another thing that's awful that is actually tied to glory was that they were it was policy that if they had a white officer lead black people, they would kill him. No prisoners of war.
Wow. Okay.
They would also kill anyone in Union uniform, any black person in Union uniform.
Oh, wow. I see.
Yeah, but speaking of black people, Luke Cage. Is that next?
No. The next one is
next. I was gonna talk about Halo 4. Get all my frustrations out of the way before I talk about.
Speaking
funny
of,
enough, Mike Coulter, Luke Cage. His likeness was used for Spartan Locke in Halo 5.
Oh.
I didn't. Locke's I don't like Locke.
You don't like Locke?
No.
Oh, okay.
The only there was Blue Team, and Blue Team is cool because they're all the guys from the books, and then you have Buck, who was in 5, and Buck's great as always, and then everybody else is the other 3 were just trash.
You don't like anyone else? Okay.
No.
Damn. All right, Ted. Your uncle was in the Vietnam War. He got blown up on a bridge, but don't worry, he survived, still around. Well, that's one hell of a story he gets to tell then. Damn. That's one hell of a story he could tell to his kids and grandchildren. So, hey.
All right. Well, it's time for your therapy session.
Okay. Well, it's not. I guess maybe this therapy. I don't know. All right. Not a very seamless transition to this topic, but I don't know. Halo 4. I played. So, I streamed it recently. I finished it this week, guys. I got things to say. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I don't wanna just start off right off the bat by getting a little complaining and stuff. So,
let's talk the positives.
So real quick. So Halo 4, obviously, this came out this was early 2010s, right?
This is
I think 2014.
No, it's 2012.
Oh, that was even earlier.
Really?
Oh, wow, 2012. Oh, you know what? You know what? Maybe the world really did end in 2012 when you think about it. Just saying. maybe it really did end in 2012. So, but yeah, no, because so this was early 2010s. So that means then Halo 3 was a lot earlier than I thought. I thought
it was
like 2007, 2008.
Oh my god! Oh
yeah.
Wow! Halo 3 came out the same year as Transformers.
You know what else? Do you know what else came out in 2012?
What came out in 2012?
Transformers: Fall of Cybertron.
Ah, that's true.
2013.
Oh, 2013.
Nope, 2012.
What? Hold on. Wait a minute. Let me double check.
August.
No, Najal was right. August 21st, 2012.
It was one of those years. I know for sure.
Yeah. So I guess I should also make a mental note. That...
I know that had to be before 2014.
Yeah. I should probably make a mental note that August 21st, I replay Transformers: Fall of Cybertron again because it's just a fun game. Yes. it's a fun game, but no, but so so obviously 2012 had some good games, and then 2012 came out Halo 4. This was so that means this was a pretty considerable amount of time that occurred between Halo 4 and 3. Oh my gosh, I can't fucking
It's
do
5
math.
years.
5 years, thank you. Gosh, I can't do basic simple math.
5
Jesus
years,
Christ.
and it's also 2 years after Halo Reach.
Oh
That-
right, I forgot Halo Reach came out after Halo 3. So
Yeah, Halo Reach was the last one of Bungie,
right,
and
Halo.
like the fandom thought that like the franchise was
Yeah, it's like
probably
oh,
done.
like this is it, and then here, and then I obviously I don't know, like I wasn't really like aware of all this at the time, so like obviously people have talked about this and stuff, like 343 comes in, and they're like, and then Mike and they pretty much take over.
I think they start with Anniversary, Halo C Anniversary. I think that's where they start.
Oh, they did
Yeah.
the Halo
I wonder
CD
if that-
anniversary. Okay.
I know there was something weird where it came out. I think the same year.
Okay. So
I think I don't think it was them. I think it was.
No,
I
it
think
came
they're
out a year
I still.
okay.
Yeah.
So but anyways, like we know 343 Studios comes in. Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't say that. I mean to say Halo Studios. Ooh. We're Halo Studios. Ooh. But it was they were called 343 at the time. They come in, take over, Microsoft gives them the A-OK to do Halo from going forward. And then 2012 comes out Halo 4. And I guess I want to ask. I guess I should ask you guys, since you noticed more. Was the reception to Halo 4 when it came out initially negative?
A bit mixed.
Mixed?
It was mixed.
It was mixed. Okay, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Essentially, it was the best. It was Force Awakens in a sense.
Yeah. And then Halo
because
5. Oof.
Like,
Yeah, I know
the-
about Halo 5's reputation. So
Yeah, like
Yeah, it
so
goes the last
they-
Force Awakens
main
to the
com-
Last Jedi. But continue.
Yeah. The main complaint with Halo 4 at that time, that was more built up later, was mostly just the new enemies. They were not
the
like
Prometheans.
The Prometheans.
Oh my gosh, I got things to say about the Prometheans. I'll get to it.
Yeah. I think the more positive aspect, at least if I remember correctly, at that time, was the relationship between Master Chief and Cortana.
Okay, I can understand that. Yeah.
But also later on, it's kind of revealed that 343, in order to tell their story, they messed up the canon of heavily to tell their story that began.
Let me guess.
with
It's the shit with like the Forerunners and humans and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to that.
The Forerunners were sort of
Yeah, because
inferred to be humans.
yeah, so I was gonna touch upon that when I got to it, but yeah, like because I remember because I was when I was streaming it, I was playing the games, and I remember like asking chat like, is there like am I stupid or something? Because like this like I thought like humans and foreigners like somewhat like related, at least that was implied. But I guess but yeah, so that now I know, yeah, there was a big change. Which is okay, I guess. I'll get to it. So
I hear the books that came out of it are pretty good.
I'm not,
Shame I'll never read them.
I'm not reading books.
Yeah. That's
I'm
why
not doing.
I said shame I'll never read.
I'm not doing homework to understand Halo 4's lore better. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, that became a bigger problem.
I know
with the series.
that's I think that's still like a pretty prevalent issue with Halo at the moment.
They killed off the rookie.
What?
In the book, they killed off the rookie from Halo 3 ODST. They killed off the main character in a side book.
Okay.
They had Mickey betray him and kill him.
Sure, you know, listen. I got things to say also when it comes to 243 writing as well. But basically, anyways, so I guess I should start at least with some positive stuff, right? So obviously, I guess there's the Master Chief Cortana thing. I'll get to that in a bit, but I do want to say right off the bat, I just want to say first thing you'll notice when you're booting up Halo 4 and you play it, major visual leap going from this point forward. Like this is
retcon the forward onto Dawn into looking like one of the modern crew.
I'll get to that because that's a whole art style change. But even then, so the art style is kind of a. I got opinions on it. I'll talk about it, but I do want to say, art style is also somewhat part of the positive. Where again, you got a very big visual leap going on here from Halo Reach to Halo 4. Like for a game that came out in 2012, I don't know if now I played this on the Master Chief Collection. I don't know if 343 touched this up for the Master Chief Collection. Probably not, considering people's reception to the Master Chief Collection when it came out initially. So
only Halo 2 and Halo 1 and Halo 2 have had anniversaries.
Okay, all right. So Halo 2 anniversary is beautiful still.
It's fucking amazing.
It is a beautiful looking game for what it is. But for Halo 4 though, when it came out for a 2012 game, gotta say I really like the look of it. It's a pretty big visual leap for the time. And again, the art style, I got some things to say about it, but overall though, I think the art style change is nice. It helps with the visual leap. I think where the art style really shines is the background landscape work. They do a beautiful job making that weird ass shield world look really nice to look at. Wish I could explore it a little more, but I'll talk, that is what it is. So, but other than that though, it looks nice. This is a very nice looking game for 2012, and honestly, I don't think it needs any big utter visual leap. It looks really good as it is, and the art style does help that. Now Master Chief and now okay, this somewhat ties into Master Chief and Cortana. I was saying this on stream. I hope I'm not crazy, but I was saying is it me, or with this art style change, for some reason they decide to really exaggerate Cortana's assets. Okay, so it's not just me. Because I swear, Cortana's interesting because every game, she seems to just constantly be changing her design, and I
it doesn't stop. They do it every time.
They're just always changing her design, and for some reason, when it comes to Halo 4, they decided for Halo 4, all right, Cortana, we're gonna make her as very visually appealing to the male eye as possible, or unless you're a bisexual, so exactly. So, but either way, they made Cortana look as visually appealing as possible to the human eye, and listen, I'm not necessarily complaining as in oh my gosh, those horny bastards, how dare they? It's just funny to me. It's just more funny to me that they decided for this game she's gonna look like that. I don't know why they went for that. Cause Cortana was never at once ever looked that visually like that. And then for some reason here with this art style change, they're just like, yeah, no, Cortana's just gonna be, I wonder if there's like a note somewhere, like whoever like the art director was that just said, all right guys, Cortana
Bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Cortana, make everything bigger. The press, bigger. The dies, bigger. Everything, bigger. It's like, oh, okay. All right, buddy. Calm down. So yeah. Now, also, I do also know with the art style change, Master Chief's armor also changed as well, which is kind of funny because because it's supposed to be the same armor he wore in Halo 2 and 3. Like I know like the armor in Halo 1 versus 2 is different. Like in Halo 2 they straight up tell Master Chief, "Hey Master Chief, like for like the art style change in Halo 2, you get a brand new spanking armor." Oh, cool. All right, cool. Thanks. But in here, it's supposed to be the same armor from 2 and 3, but obviously, with the art style change, it looks drastically different. It is very different. I don't hate the new armor look. Uh-oh. Yo, we lost Matchstick.
Matchstick.
Damn, 343 got to him.
Took him. The Didact took him.
Oh, it's a fucking Didact. Oh my gosh. I'll talk about the Didact. I'll talk about the Didact. But oh, he's back. I thought. You okay, Matchstick? Did the Didact get you?
I know. I switched to my phone again.
Oh, okay. But anyways.
But you know what the reason for the asshole that they said for Master Chief's armor?
What? What'd they say?
Nanobots.
Okay, 343. Very cool. So, while Master Chief was cryogenically frozen, Cortana just ejected nanomachines, and then they just changed his armor.
Into the armor. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's their
sure. Why not? Look. Listen. So, I know the art style change from starting with Halo 4 and 5 was a bit, somewhat, I guess a little bit controversial at the time.
Controversial, yeah, it was controversial.
It was a little controversial. That said, I don't mind the redesign for Master Chief's armor here. It looks.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones.
It looks fine. I don't mind it. I know, but I know I know people didn't initially weren't exactly that positive about it, which is kind of why when it comes to Infinite, they again went through an art style change in Halo Infinite. And I gotta say, I do prefer the art style change look in Halo Infinite, at least when it comes to Master Chief's armor, over Halo 4. But the Halo 4 armor Chief's got, it's not that bad. It's not. It's fine. It's fine. I don't know. Like that said, it also is very interesting that how do I put this? It definitely feels like Master Chief's armor with the art style change here in Halo 4 and 5 feels less like, how do I describe this? It feels very segmented. Like before, the armor Chief wore felt like it was like pretty much like a lot of solid pieces covering him up. But then here, everything feels very segmented. I
get what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's not a bad look. It's not a bad look, and I don't mind it, but I do kind of like when it was more solid looking. So.
Like massive plates.
Yeah, like massive plates. So, but then again, this more segmented look he's got going on does kind of make it feel. It does kind of make it look more like he's got a lot more mobility going on, which I mean I guess is fair considering the stuff Chief does in this game. So.
The fucking sprint button. Ooh.
the sprint button is what it is.
It
Sprinting
kind of
is,
it fucks up all of the original maps
sprinting is what
because
it
they're
is.
not designed for sprinting.
I don't know. So, now also one more thing I gotta say when it comes to positives. Listen, I'm gonna have a little bit more. I wouldn't say they're necessarily like full on complaints, but I got opinions. So, the overall, so also when it comes to positives, so whatever you think about the story itself, I do think so far when it comes to Halo, this is the best the story has ever been presented. Like
I would agree.
I think how they present the story here in Halo 4 has definitely stepped up to an extent, to a degree. There's a bit of a caveat to the storytelling here, but for the most part, how they present the story, I think has been a huge improvement. I'm not saying like the story in the previous 3 games, including like all the way up to like even like Reach, was bad, but like here, I would argue Reach is the beginning where I think they really start to emphasize a lot more on how they present the story. But and then here Halo 4, they really stepped up the game when it comes to presenting the story, and then like the first Halo, like the first 3 Halo games, the stories were overall somewhat they weren't too complex. They were somewhat simple, The Covenant are trying to get the rings and all that in their delusion. You, Master Chief, gotta stop them. And that's kind of like pretty much the broad strokes of it. And then so you don't really need to do too much. So that's why like the overall presentation of the story didn't need that much emphasis on like cutscenes and stuff in those games. So maybe Halo 2, especially like with the Arbiter, but that's just my opinion. So here, story presentation is probably the best it's gotten. I don't know if that continues on in Halo 5 or not, considering the story. No. So even how they present the story in 5 is shit. Okay.
Halo 5 is all around. The gameplay is good, but it's not a good Halo game.
Okay.
Like, okay, if they're talking about presentation, it's like, oh, it feels more cinematic. Like, yeah, Halo 5
okay.
does that. But, no.
No? Okay.
Look, I'm sorry. Like, Halo 5's biggest...
Don't be sorry, Halo 5 is shit.
It just seems like every time Halo 5 is brought up, it's just... everyone just keeps saying it's just bad in every way possible.
Look, when your twist at the end of like explaining why Master Chief goes rogue and why you have like this other team hunting him, reveals that Cortana,
Cortana's evil now. Yay!
Yeah, evil, which totally negates the ending of this game. Which okay, people have problems with the overall story, there's a lot of reasons, but like that ending with Cortana and Master Chief's
was a good
final
ending.
moments together, like that was like near perfect.
That was a really good ending.
Like,
and then she's just evil now.
You just negate that and make her evil.
Sure, why not? She's evil now. So,
and then. The next game, she dies again, replaced by a
off-screen.
Off-screen.
Okay. I might play Infinite, because I don't have an Xbox to play Halo 5, so I'll probably just skip over to Infinite. I might as well just skip over to Infinite because, like, I know with Infinite they just straight up say, yeah. So, anyways, the story for Infinite, yeah. So everything leading up that was gonna being built up in Halo 5, yeah, fuck that, it's over. We're starting over. So I might as well just jump to Halo 5. But then again, I need to play like... You would have to do
Halo Wars 2.
Yeah, I have to do the Halo Wars games. Because
Halo Infinite ties into Halo Wars.
Yeah, so I have to play the Halo Wars games as well. So...
Halo Wars is pretty fun. It's like a intro level to strategy game, so you'll be fine.
Okay, sure, yeah, I'd love to play Halo.
There's
Halo
one mission
Wars.
that's a real pain in the ass, but aside from that, you'll be fine.
Okay, yeah, I love to play Halo Wars. So yeah, so I guess that's also a sign. Then I might as well lean to not so much that positive. So it's funny because when I was first streaming, so it's funny
What do you
because
think of the armor abilities? Let's just start with something simple.
armor abilities.
What do you think of the armor?
The
Yeah.
drone is the best thing possible, and even then, the drone only helps so much.
How do you like the feeling that it's
I don't really care about the
feels a
shield.
bit more like Call of Duty?
Oh, the Call of Duty. That honestly kind of explains a lot, actually, now that I think about it. That honestly kind of explains a lot.
Yeah. That's another problem people had with the gameplay, specifically, was that they...
Okay, so I might as well get into gameplay. Gameplay is fine-ish. So real quick, I do want to. This does kind of tie into things. So initially, when I was streaming Halo 4, right now on like Twitch and stuff, I got two Halo streams still as VODs right now on Twitch, and like the first stream was like called like oh, so this is where it goes downhill, right? And then the second stream title, because I was just coming right off the heels of like being halfway done with Halo 4, was, it's honestly not that bad. I kind of regret titling it. It's not that bad. So
you should have switched it.
no. I'm gonna keep it as it's not that bad because it's so funny. They're like you're like, oh, it's not that bad, and then when you're watching the VOD, like towards the end, I'm just done with the game. Nick was there.
The last mission.
Oh my gosh, the last. Nick was there to watch the whole thing. Nick knows by the time I was done with the game, I just wanted to be over with. Like, oh, I'm done. Like by the time we get to like the whole emotional thing with like Master Chief and Cortana, like objectively it's really good, but I don't care because I'm just done with the game at that point. I'm just done with it at that point. So here's one thing. Also, I gotta say, I played this on normal difficulty. I don't want to play on super easy mode, but also I have to also admit I'm not good at video games enough to play legendary. I'm not like fucking like people like Moist Critical who could stream these games on like the hardest difficulty possible because he's just built differently. I'm not like that. I'm terrible at video games, so I'm doing this on normal difficulty. This isn't like hard. I think it's just normal basic bitch normal difficulty. And I remember one of the first things I noticed when playing Halo 4 initially that I felt like it is what it is. I can work with it. It's not gonna be. I hope it. It's not really too detrimental. Is it me, or is either my weapons do jack shit, or every other enemy has been buffed to shit? I don't know what it is. Cause sometimes it feels like I'm like pumping bullets into like a fucking grunt. And it takes a couple of seconds, and it takes a couple of bit to take them down, and then when it comes to like the elites, it's like it takes even more, and then the Prometheans.
What's wrong? What's wrong with the teleporting enemies?
Teleport is the least of my. Teleport is the least of my concerns with the Prometheans. Yeah, sure. The teleporting is, what it is. Okay, fine, what it is, and then there's that little flying drone gnat piece of shit that's just flying around, and then all of a sudden it starts rebuilding the Prometheans, and it's like, oh wow, so I gotta take down the drone, but then the guns I have are out of ammo, so I guess there's no ammo for those guns lying around, so I guess I'll grab the Prometheans guns, and the Prometheans weapons, for some reason in their hands is really strong, but once it's in my hands, then all of a sudden I feel like I'm using a fucking pea shooter at them. Ooh, it's super fun, 343. I love it. So what initially started off as like something I noticed, that's like it is what it is. I can work with it. Eventually, it just compounds to the point where
It is not what it is. I cannot work with it.
It compounds to the point that like by the time at that final level, like these weapons are doing jack shit, and they're the only things I can work with. So again, it's either my weapons, any weapon in my hand doesn't do anything, or the enemies themselves have just been buffed to shit. And I don't know what it is. Either way, it compounds over time, and it gets super frustrating. And like there just comes a point where that's honestly my biggest problem with Halo 4. The difficulty of this game feels artificially inflated because of the the whole either it's a weapon problem or it's the enemy problem. Either way, I don't like it. It culminates and it gets super frustrating. So by the time and then again, by the time at the end, when Cortana's like saying her goodbyes to Master Chief, I'm like, I don't care. Just say your goodbyes already, Cortana. Let's just be done. I don't.
Bitch.
Go ahead and die, bitch. I don't want to play this game anymore. It's getting super frustrating. Now, I am somewhat thinking I might go back and play it on literally the easiest difficulty level ever, just to make sure it's not just me like, oh,
You go in, you play easy mode, and it's like Frank, and it's like, oh my gosh, I get it now.
I get it now, but again, I played this on normal ass difficulty, just regular default difficulty, normal mode, and when normal mode.
The difficulty that the developers intended to play.
So like when the difficulty the developers intended to play ends up feeling like a chore at the end, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
It screams to me like the game was developed by first-time developers who didn't know how to balance a single-player game.
So
considering this is a new studio, you're probably right.
Like
what does 343 do anything before Halo?
This is their first game.
Their first game is Halo. Ooh, that is yowzers.
And I don't think they had any veteran Bungie devs.
All the Bungie guys went for Destiny.
Oh wow, that also didn't really age too well. Ooh.
Yeah. And also Bungie, like the Bungie today is not the Bungie 10 years ago.
I know.
I doubt there's literally anybody there that's really important.
No, they probably left at that point. So,
I know Marty O'Donnell tried to run for Republican House of Representatives in Nevada.
That's kind of funny. Bungie dev ends up running for Congress. That's actually funny.
Trump should get him to do the music for his rallies.
The Donald's like, all right, everyone, we got the Bungie music guy for our rallies. It's going to be
Trump
tremendous.
Comes on stage, it's like, dun
dun dun. That'd be funny.
Anyway,
so
how about the story?
So the story, again, I was saying how presentation of the story has been probably the best it's been. And for the first half of the game, the story I was actually really somewhat interested in. Like, okay, this is this is interesting, and I can also tell already that this is gonna be like they were trying to go for like a more like personal story between the chief and Cortana, and all that. So like, okay, that'll be very interesting. I want to see where this goes. Then they kind of introduced the Didact, and you know what, and you know, I was okay with the Didact for a bit. And I met that fuck-ass librarian. I don't care about her. And that's when the librarian gives the big exposition dump. It's like, oh, okay, and that's so like when the librarian was giving the exposition dump, I remember that's literally the point where I paused the game and just like spent like a good like solid like 10-ish minutes, maybe more, like trying to figure like. I'm so confused. Was there like is there like a retcon or something? I thought like because wasn't it implied very early? Wasn't it implied even like in the first Halo game that like the Forerunners are like someone like ancient ancestors to the humans? But then here like
yes.
But then here, I guess the humans and Forerunners had some beef with each other. It's like. So like did their creation end up turning against them? But then the librarians never says, oh, but no, they were never like that. So like, it's pretty much implied that like, oh no, humans were just always there, and they just fought the Forerunners, and then I remember, I was like, oh my gosh, this is where Roland Emmerich took his backstory for his movie Moonfall. Where there's ancient spacefaring human civilization that gets fucking sent back to the Stone Age. Sure, thank you, Roland Emmerich. Very cool. I'll be honest. The difference here, the difference between this is like Roland Emmerich's Moonfall. It's a shitty movie, but it's a fun shitty movie. So it's like when Roland Emmerich says, "Oh, ancient spacefaring humans got sent back to the Stone Age." It's like, oh, that's cute. He's just flirting. And when Halo does it, I don't like this. Hello, human resources? What are you doing? So, I don't care about the librarian, by the way. Am I supposed to care about her? I don't know. And then the Didact. It's the Didact. I don't know. He hates humans. He hates humans. So
you know, he was originally supposed to be the main villain of Halo 5 as well.
Oh, so he wasn't supposed to die at the end? He was just gonna come back?
Oh no. He survived. He was technically he was supposed to. I mean that was the. I mean, you know, you put the grenade in him and he's still and technically he's supposed to live in Halo 5 from that.
Huh.
Just like really fucked up and look like Palpatine or something.
But they wouldn't
makes better sense. Yeah.
Okay. Sure. So, so also.
Oh yeah. Here's what he looks like. We actually have concept art.
Oh my gosh. Let me see. All right. Yeah, sure. Why not? Didact lives, I guess. Why does he hate humanity?
Oh, he also lived, and he also showed up in a comic.
Of course he did.
Where he looked just like normal.
Okay, sure.
And then I think they killed him or something.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay, 343.
Also, Chang is.
Yes.
I don't really care for this show, but I found this and you need to see it.
You know what? Send that to Butter. He's the fucking Hasbin Hotel, hell of a boss guy. I don't know why, but he is. Actually, you know what, Nick? I shouldn't be surprised Butter likes those shows, man. Considering his taste and stuff, man, I shouldn't be surprised.
I bet he likes Halo 4. Halo 4 stuff.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, if Butter likes
Halo 4 is all right. It's not bad.
No, he likes Halo 5.
He likes Halo 5.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, if he likes Halo 5, then you really gotta choose better friends, Nick.
You gotta ask Butters if he likes Halo 5.
Yeah, you should do that, Nick. Oh, yeah. But anyways, the Didact.
Turns out he doesn't like Halo at all or something.
Yeah, but anyways, the Didact. Yeah, he's there. He hates humanity for some reason. I guess. Oh, I guess also the Prometheans are humans. I guess I'm supposed to care about that. Ah, Master Chief, you've been killing humans this whole time. Ah, the horror. Oh my God.
Master Chief looking at his backstory, looking like, oh yeah, I've totally not killed humans in the past. I've totally wasn't specifically created to fight against insurrectionists.
Oh my God.
That never happened.
So
And also, it's like this was written by people who never looked into any of the Halo lore.
So here's the things, right? So remember when I said that I think the presentation of the story has been the best it's been so far? There's a catch.
Yeah.
It's the best it's been so far until literally until Librarian show. Okay, I'm be honest. My experience with Halo 4 is so fascinating because like halfway through the game, I was like, it's not that bad. I mean, there's like the difficulty problem with like either the weapons or the enemies is a little annoying, but I can work with it. And then the second half of the game, things go downhill. And it's like, what is going on? What happened? Was there like a rush development or something? I don't know. Because then, so this is actually something I actually kind of discovered early on in the first half, but I didn't know it was actually gonna be like literally like crucial to the fucking story of the game, which is walking like sometimes you'll be be walking around the map and stuff, finding the enemies, and then like there's like this like interactable thing. It's just like some like like a weapon or something. It's just gonna like what is this? Oh, it's like a little like little mini movie player for I guess like back for like the terminals for like backstory and stuff. But like I guess it's important. I don't know. I didn't really pay attention because I thought like, oh, this is probably something they're gonna like but I didn't really pay attention to that because I thought like, oh, this is probably something they're gonna like delve into later on in the game. They don't. So the whole beef between Mr. Didact against humanity and Librarian woman or whatever is hidden away behind these terminals that you're supposed to fuck around the map and find to get to understand the whole story. Why? Why? You got a brand new villain, right? And who's like who's like somehow, and for some reason this Didact guy is becoming like the new leader of the Covenant or some shit. But all the reasons why I should like care about this guy.
Don't you know that's the elite Jewel and Dama?
Who?
Jewel Andama.
Who the fuck is Jewel Andama? I don't know this guy. I don't know who the fuck this guy is. So
that's what I thought when I first played Halo 4 and I was looking at it.
They don't even mention him by name.
Who the hell is this dude?
They don't even mention him by name. They just say as far as I knew playing in Halo 4 is like I like my assumption was I guess some of the Covenant just didn't get the message that the fighting's over. That's not uncommon to happen in wars, right? You get like technically the wars end up there's just some groups out there that just never got the message for one reason or another, and they're still fighting. So I just assumed, I guess it's like I guess the whatever Covenant is like a Covenant splinter group or something, like these guys just never got the message that they never got Arbor's message telling them, hey guys, we're not fighting anymore. So I don't know who the fuck this Jewel Andama guy is. I don't
Who cares?
I don't know who he is. Oh, and also the Covenant, by the way. Also the Covenant, all their personality got sucked out. Okay. To be fair, the Covenant the Covenant wasn't always like when it comes to like just gameplay wise as enemies, they weren't always the most like personality-filled bunch of goobers you fight, except the grunts. I love the grunts because they're straight up bunch of goobers that just panic all the time, and I love it. And that personality is kind of gone here now. So now also for some reason, all the Covenant, they're just speaking this like weird ass alien language, and like, okay, fine, you want them to like speak in like what I assume is like their native alien language.
They did that in Reach. I mean, I'm fine with it in Reach, but after that, it's like.
But like, okay, so like,
cares?
but like, here's like, okay, you want them to speak in like native weird ass alien language? Okay, fine, whatever. But then the grunts also speak in it. And it's like, no, you suck the personality out the grunts. Cause I love when the grunts would just panic. You know, they'd be like, oh no, ah! But here, there's like, I guess they're sometimes still panic, but they're just still speaking like their like weird language. It's like, it's not the same. It's not the same as like seeing a grunt like scream for his life. Oh gosh, please don't hurt me! Ah! So, it's all like.
I remember it was fucking Joe Staten who did the grunts.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
So like I love the grunts, but now their personality is just gone. And also legitimately the Covenant here as well. I don't even know why we're fighting.
The elites are not nearly as sleek anymore. They're really thuggish, kind of like slow moving. It gets worse in Halo 5.
Okay. Yeah. I also know that like the elites. I also know like with the art style change, the elites also got an art style change as well. They're fine. The new elite art style change, they're fine, I guess. How do I describe this? They feel very monstrous, and I'm not saying like they were never supposed to be like monstrous, but like here they really feels like they want to emphasize like ooh, scary monster look with these guys, because like the elites, sure, they're if they exist in real life, they would not be, very, friendly to look at. But like, there's something about like how the elites looked that's like, they're kind of alien,
cool and sleek, and
yeah. But here the elites
here they're more like they're almost more like brutes.
A little bit. A little bit. I won't lie, just a bit. Like especially like their faces, like they really look like they're just like they look like they're just like gonna be like constantly roaring your face like ah!
It doesn't feel like elites, but it feels like some like cousin species, like the Neanderthal version of elites.
But I think really for me though with this art style change for the elites as well is it kind of makes them look less intelligent. Because the elites, sure, they were like these like weird kind of like monster or goobers, where they like these like they don't even have real mouths. It's like just like mandible appendages, like a predator sort of looking thing. But then here, it's not even like a predator. It's just like monster, and so they just sort of intelligence behind elites just kind of feels missing when it comes to her appearance, and especially when they start speaking an alien language, it like obviously not saying they all have to speak in perfect English, but like when you hear like these aliens look like that, look not human, but they're speaking like in English, it's a very easy way of telling the players and the audience hey, they're maybe they look like monsters, but they're intelligent enough to know like speech and all that. They're thinking, they're breathing. But here, at times they're just kind of like they're just monsters. So I honestly I don't even know why the Covenant are here in the first place. I legit don't even know why the Covenant are here in the first place. Like, cause the main bad guy of this whole thing is the Didact, right? So why are the Covenant here? What's the point of them being around here? Am I supposed to be like, oh my gosh, the Covenant are here. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Yes.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, essentially part of the objective of Halo 4 was to try to recreate some of the feelings of Halo 1.
Okay.
That was part of their goal. Yes. Like, comparing this to Disney Star Wars sequel trilogy is pretty apt.
Huh.
And
Okay.
another complaint people had about this game is actually related to Master Chief.
Okay. What about the Chief himself?
Giving him an emotional arc.
I don't mind that. I would argue I kind of like this new direction they're going for, trying to make Chief more of his own because obviously, you know, one of the reasons why Master Chief in the especially in the first 3 games was kind of pretty basic was because, you know, he's basic on purpose. You know, he's someone the player, implants themselves on, so that way it feels like, they're Master Chief, they're the guys, fighting the Covenant and all that, doing all this cool stuff. Hell yeah. But I don't mind this. I don't mind this starting a new era where they're kind of trying to make Chief more of his own unique individual character. I don't mind that at all. It's just
I prefer it that way because self-insert is fine at some level. Like Call of Duty 2, if we were talking about earlier, is the main character it's so basic is because the whole goal was to put you in the simulation as you are a soldier in World War II. In those situations, how are you gonna deal with it?
Even other things like Doom, right? I know Doom has been sort of changing that a bit. They started a little bit with Eternal. Dark Ages is really the game where they're trying to really make Doom guy his own unique character. But initially Doom Slayer Doom guy was very much a guy where the player just implants himself on yeah, I'm just this really cool dude gets to kill demons. Hell yeah. So I don't mind basic characters where you're supposed to just implant yourself on. I also don't mind when they try developing these characters into their own individual beings. So I like Master Chief kind of going into his own individual person. But
yeah,
but again, I don't care too much because any investment I had in Chief's character and the story just ends up getting sucked out because I'm just overall by the end just frustrated with the game in general that I just don't care at this point. Like the story itself. Again, I was complaining about the story, how all of a sudden halfway through now you need extra additional lore. You gotta purposely seek out to fully understand the story. I don't really care about that. But then also even if they didn't do that, the overall gameplay wise ends up getting so frustrating that by the time an emotional moment happens between Chief and Cortana, I'm just out of it. I just can't bring myself to care because I'm just tired. I don't wanna play the game anymore. Maybe if I was watching these cutscenes on their own, I go on YouTube, look up was Gamers Playground or something like that, look up Halo 4 campaign cutscenes, then sure, maybe I'll be more invested in the story. But playing the game itself, I was just taken out by the end. I was just thinking about again, the game, that difficulty setting really is my number one complaint with this game, because how it just compounds over time, and so any other problem that I have with the game, story and anything else, just becomes secondary compared to just this feeling of just exhaustion and frustration that I just don't care. It's like that's why I say this is a. That's why when you're like asking me like in like initially like in DMs, you're like, what do you think? It's like, it's frustrating, because like the first half of the game, I was kind of getting into it. It was like, ooh, okay, and then by the time I'm done with the second half of the game, I want no part of it. I'm done. I don't want to play it anymore. Oh, but the mechs are... Oh, that's it though. Metal Gears in Halo. That's cool. Obviously, they're not... Was there like the Mantis armor thing? It's cool. I like it. I'm just gonna call them fucking Metal Gears, because they're practically like little mini Metal Gears you pile around. They're cool, and you know, those sections are fun, and you know what? It almost sort of feels like we're like the game purposely feels hard like that, so that way by the time you get like these little moments of, you know, power trip where like oh, it's all been worth it and stuff. And, you know, maybe like with the Mantis armor, maybe that's what they're trying to, like, you know, oh, you went through all that turmoil, so that way now you can have a power trip with the Metal Gear and go all ham. But then the last level, you don't got a Metal Gear. And then then you think, oh, and then you think like, oh, maybe like it's leading up to like this big fight with a Didact, right? No. There's no big fight with a Didact. It's like, oh, okay. Also, the Prometheans are just the worst. I think everything with the Prometheans is like the biggest example of like a lot of my problems with this game, especially gameplay wise. The weapons they use, that any weapon Promethean weapon I pick up for some reason in my hands feels like dog shit. Dog shit, absolute ass. The Prometheans enemies themselves are like the biggest bullet sponges in this entire game. I hate those damn wolves. I don't even, they're not even wolves, but like, you know, like the little four-legged Prometheans, I call them wolves because they might as well be wolves, and like, I don't like them. And then, but the worst of all is a little drone that keeps reviving the Prometheans. So like, okay, I gotta take out the drone, but my pea shooter is doing jack shit to it, and then they keep flying around. It's like, ooh, and then so I gotta shoot them with my pea shooter again, boom, 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 and eventually after like several times, after several minutes pass, finally that little drone goes out, and I no longer have to worry about the Prometheans being revived. Now I can worry about using my pea shooter to take them down for real this time. Yay! So, it's frustrating, because I'm not gonna lie. I actually want to go into Halo 4 with somewhat of a positive mindset. I know like the reputation and like 343 has with Halo. So I was really hoping like maybe my personal opinion will be different. But unfortunately, I guess it wasn't that different after all in the end. So hey. Alright, that's I don't know. I guess that's really all I kinda gotta say about Halo 4. I'm kind of starting to repeat myself at this point. It's a game that I want to like, but ultimately, I'm just as frustrated as people that probably played the game as well. And that honestly sucks.
What you're telling me is just play the game on easy.
I guess. I don't know.
Games journalist, this is only where the games journalists play through.
You know. Look. Then again. Somewhat of a benefit of doubt. I'm terrible at video games. You know, I'm not. You know, as bad as a game journalist, or maybe I am. Maybe I am just as bad as a game journalist. I'm not good at video games. So maybe my problems just boiled down. Maybe my problems just boiled down to I just suck at the game. But either way, my personal experience with Halo 4 has been frustrating. And even then, if the gameplay wasn't, you know, that big of an issue, everything else would kind of end up being an issue still. And it would still end up being... And so I think either way, Halo 4 for me would still end up being kind of a mixed bag. So I completely understand now why, when this game came out, it got a lot, you know, like, mixed reception. I think that's honestly the best way to describe it. It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag.
Yeah.
And I guess it's just really, it really is just all downhill from here. So, that's.
What do you mean? All it needs is a good sequel.
Oh, you're so right. You're so right. You know what? Maybe people are wrong about Halo 5. Maybe I. You know what?
No.
You know what? You know what, guys? I'm gonna change the PC. You know that PC fund I got in the lower right corner. I'm gonna change that to an Xbox fund. We're gonna get an Xbox 360 so I could play Halo 5 myself, and I'll prove to you all
an Xbox
that
One or Xbox Series X.
whatever. Either way, it's some Xbox console, and I'll play Halo 5 myself, and I'll prove to you all that Halo 5 is not a bad game, or something. I don't know. Anyways, next Halo game I'll play is probably Halo Wars. So.
Cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I have to go to bed, so
I'm gonna go
have
to
a
bed
good
now.
night.
Same here. You guys have a good night.
All right.
Have fun talking about Luke Cage.
Yeah, we can talk about Luke Cage. Yeah.
Changes.
Yes, Nick.
Can we like put him? James, can we have made amends?
Could you have just died in childbirth?
Couldn't you have just died in childbirth?
Alright, here we go. Last time of the night. Luke Cage. Yeah, Diamondback, Nick. That's the...
I know.
Diamondback is so funny, Nick. Everything just boils down to Daddy loved you more than me, so I'm gonna do everything I can to ruin your life. It's great. Anyways, so and anyone's still watching and anyone watching in replays. So me and Nick, we've been watching Luke Cage because we are on our journey to get to Daredevil season 3. Now, to be fair, I am somewhat excited for Defenders. If only just to see Claire's like problems just compound. so this because this all started because we were watching Daredevil, and I remember Nick like season 1 Daredevil. It's like, oh my gosh, I completely understand, Nick. Yes. Daredevil, I love it. Everything is perfect. Season 2 had its issues, but it was still really fun. It's like, you know, despite the issues, I still love Daredevil Season 2, man. And it's like, oh man, and it's like, Nick, I'm so excited for Season 3. Yeah, no, that's not happening. And now, Chingus. What do you mean it's not happening? It's just like, you gotta watch the other Netflix shows. You gotta watch Defenders first, and then Season 3. In order to watch Defenders, you gotta watch the other Marvel Netflix shows. So it's like, okay. Now, I want to also preface that going into like the other Marvel Netflix shows, I'm never going into them, except maybe Iron Fist, expecting it to be bad. I genuinely want to give each show, you know, a chance. Except maybe Iron Fist. What Nick watch as like watch Nick like turns out when we're watching it, when we have a whole day to watch Iron Fist, Nick, I'm just gonna be like the only one in the call just enjoying it. Like everyone's like, gosh, this is everyone's like, gosh, I'm reminded how bad this is. And I'm just the only one going, I don't know, I actually kind of like it. So
this is the worst thing ever.
So, man, I just want to get to season 3 of Daredevil. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, so we've been watching all the Marvel Netflix shows besides Daredevil to lead up to season 3 of Daredevil. Oh, excuse me. This is just a lunch break now, Chelsea. You're right, it really is just a lunch break now, so it's just the two of us, Nick. It's just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. You and I. So, anyways, what I was gonna say. So the Marvel Netflix shows we've been watching. We watched Jessica Jones first because that takes place before Luke Cage. And Jessica Jones was okay. It was okay. I think objectively so far, it's the second best Marvel Netflix show. But it's just really not a show that really jived with me all too much. It wasn't really my cup of tea. But I thought it was overall just fine. So then we watched Luke Cage, and Luke Cage is probably so far the third best Marvel show for me in general. I think it's my second.
Third best.
So objectively speaking, I think it's my second favorite. But objectively speaking, quality-wise, as actual quality, I think it's the third best. But second favorite though overall would probably be Luke Cage, because Luke Cage is just like
Was it Diamondback that saved it for you?
a little bit. Luke Cage, Luke Cage is kind of like Halo 4 in the sense that like I want to like it. And after I'm done with it, it ended up kind of being a bit of a mixed bag, for me at least. So there was that. That's it. Dimeback, man. It's just so fucking funny. Dimeback is funny. There was legitimately a point, nigga. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't understand this Dimeback guy. They keep alluding to him. He's here now. I hope something happens. And it turns out he's the funniest dude ever.
I know.
What kind of Jean-Claude Van Damme bullshit is this? You a pimped out stormtrooper? Nah.
You're some sort of pimp stormtrooper? I love that he doesn't say pimped out. Is that like...
He was some pimp stormtrooper.
Pimp stormtrooper.
Nah.
Like a stormtrooper that was also a pimp.
You some pimp stormtrooper? Nah. I'm the angel of death. So, but anyways, so Luke Cage overall though, again, it's complicated. It's a bit of a mixed bag for me. Now, I guess positives. The actors are pretty good, man. I gotta say, the actors are pretty good. I do like Mike Coulter as Luke Cage. I like him. I will say, now I'm gonna give Mike Coulter the benefit of the doubt. I'm not gonna blame him entirely. Maybe it's like the writers and the directors of this show. I will say, for what they were trying to do with Luke, I kind of wish they let Mike be more charismatic with his personality. Now, albeit at the same time, what they're doing with the show, I kind of understand why he's not exactly like the most charismatic person you're ever gonna meet, because dude's got some problems going on at the moment, to say the least.
Yeah.
So it's perfectly understandable. Like maybe I guess if we do watch season 2, Nick, maybe I hope he's a little bit more charismatic then. But like for a guy who's claim they're trying to be like man of the people and all that, he's okay. But other than that though, I do like Mike Coulter as Luke Cage, so I do like it. That said, so yeah, but I really do like Mike. He does a pretty good job for what he does. Honestly, I think the guy who was probably doing the best was probably Mahershala Ali as Cornell Stokes Cottonmouth. I'll be honest. Even if like what he was given, what Mahershala was given to work with as Cottonmouth, I thought he was pretty nice, man. I thought you did a pretty good job. I'm not gonna lie. I think one of my favorite moments with Cottonmouth was from the first episode, where he's like hyping himself up as like the king. When he's that said though, I really like the shot like where like the Biggie posters behind him and the crown lines up with his
I
head.
know.
That's great. But it also like when that guy spit on him, it's like he's laughing. He's like, this is good. Now I can beat you like a real man. It's like, oh, okay. I
I
like.
can beat you like a real man.
So yeah, I like even though he wasn't given too much, I like Marshall Ali as Cottonmouth. That said, I think the third best actor in this whole thing, whoever's playing Diamondback, man, because man, again, Diamondback is so much fun. I love Diamondback. He's so much fun, Nick.
I know.
He's so fun. But at the same time, though, as much as I love Diamondback, I guess I'll talk a bit about Diamondback eventually, and when we get to the overall story. And then I guess everyone else is okay. Like, okay, now so when it comes to everyone else does a pretty good job when it comes to their performance. Now the characters themselves, as well, are okay. Luke Cage is fine. I like Luke more than I like Luke more than Jessica, and this is not just because he's Jessica's a woman. It's just because I just generally kind of found myself interested more in Luke than Jessica.
He's not prickly, so it's easier to.
That's true, and but at the same time though, I understand why Jessica's prickly. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You like it's like. She's prickly, but you understand why she's like that. But Luke, he's not that prickly here. I like him. He's pretty neat. I guess I wish they kind of did more with him, but we'll get to that when we talk about the overall story. Cottonmouth, for a good chunk of for the first half of the show he was in, man. I liked him. I really want. That said, I was initially kind of hesitant on Cottonmouth because I really want to see what else they could do with him. Because Marshall Ali's doing a good job acting at his performance as Cottonmouth, but the actual thing going on with Cottonmouth, I kind of wanted more. And then by the time we got more, spoiler alert. For a show that came out, mid 2010s, right? It was or was it late 2010s or something? What
mid 2010s.
Mid 2010s. So when a show that came out in the mid 2010s, Cottonmouth dies halfway through the show. So, yeah, and that's honestly kind of a big shame. Because Nick, you know this, after Cottonmouth died, for an episode or two, I kind of lost a little bit of interest in the show. At that point, it started kind of becoming a little bit of a chore for me. Okay, I just want to finish this so that way I could get to Defenders, so that way I could get to Daredevil. And then Diamondback reveals he's Luke's brother, and then everything after that's like, okay, you know what, Nick? Never mind. Diamondback is the best part of the show. I guess Shades is okay. He's there. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really care too much about Shades. They're trying to make him seem like they tried to do something with Shades halfway through the show with him and Mariah. But Shades is okay, I guess. I guess Mariah's okay. She's fine. Honestly, Mariah was the most interesting whenever she was around Cottonmouth. But after she, but then after she killed him, no matter how cathartic that was for her character, I don't know, it wasn't the same. I kind of want to, honestly, I kind of want to see, honestly, what they were kind of alluding to, I kind of want to see, after killing her cousin. I want to see Mariah more with the idea they're going for, where she's haunted by her aunt, Cottonmouth's mom. Cause you could clearly see like she still harbors a lot of very negative feelings towards her aunt. So I kind of want to see that more, like how she as Mariah starts becoming more get involved in the crime business, like how the aunt's like this like looming, like it's like haunting her beyond the grave. So I kind of want to see more of that, but they didn't go that route. Claire's good. I don't know. Claire's
She's getting dragged into this bullshit.
I know,
Funny.
but genuinely, Claire's just a really good supporting character. She's honestly just as good as she was in Daredevil. Also,
Oh yeah.
Also, if she is gonna be with like a superhero as for a boyfriend, as you know, a superhero's girlfriend. Yeah, like Luke is probably the better choice, man. Because as much as I like her dynamic going on with Matt's got problems.
Oh yeah.
Matt's got a lot of problems to deal with before he can ever get in like a full on like romantic relationship. Because he's got Matt. Well, I guess it is fitting for his character. He's got demons inside of him, man. He's got demons. Daredevil's got some demons inside of him. He's got to take care of first before he could be with someone. But you know, Claire's great. But yeah, I love how Claire just constantly gets involved in all this superhero bullshit, to the point that like and like Nick, that's honestly why I'm so excited for Defenders, for at least one part of it, because all of Claire's problems are just gonna be magnified by like 4 times. She's got to deal with Matt's bullshit. She's got to deal with Jessica again and Luke. Well, I guess maybe she'll be okay with Luke. And she's got to deal with Iron Fist as well. Like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for Claire. But Claire's legitimately like the best supporting character in this show. I love whenever Claire's around, because Nick, I just love Claire being this character who just is trying to just be a good person. So she's supporting Luke any way she can. But I think also what I love about her being around Luke is how like she has to somehow apply medical knowledge to a person who is nearly indestructible. So how do you perform surgery on a guy whose skin is bulletproof? And honestly, my favorite part is how like in order to give Luke surgery, essentially, they got just do the craziest shit ever. It's like, so how are you gonna help me? We're gonna dunk your body in a tub of boiling acid.
I don't know if I like that. You won't.
You won't. Nick, my favorite part was when Luke, for maybe a good 30 seconds, technically died. He flatlined. So in order to revive him, Claire just fucking did the equivalent of throwing a toaster in a bathtub.
No.
Like she threw essentially a toaster in a fucking bathtub and just electrocuted him back to life as a defibrillator. That's so fun. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. so I love Claire. Misty's there, I guess. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. I didn't really care too much about Misty. Okay, so they're trying to. I know what they're doing with Misty. I know they're trying to make her sort of like this, like almost like Sherlock Holmes, Nick. You know, she even got her own little mind space mental zone, etc. that she goes into to solve the mystery and stuff. But now that's fine and all. I kind of would prefer if Misty did actual real detective work rather than just being like female Sherlock Holmes. But it is what it is. But really, the big thing with Misty is they're trying to do the whole thing like Daredevil, where there's a character that's like questioning the like the validity of like the system, the system of the law and all of that, like Daredevil with Misty. And I guess they kind of was sort of alluding to that with like Luke, because Luke used to be part of like the system as well, but then Diamondback framed him, and now and then he went to prison. But then with Misty, they kind of try to do the same thing where like she sort of comes to realize the system is broken. She can't, and then she comes to a conclusion where like, oh, she decides, maybe being a cop isn't the best way after the end. Maybe vigilantes like Luke have a point. But I'm gonna be honest, the problem with that is, I think honestly just all the police, I think just the whole entire Harlem NYPD, Nick, kind of suck at their job. I'm gonna be honest, it comes less across like, oh, there's a genuine problem with the the system, and more like everyone's just kind of bad at their job. You know what would be really interesting, like to really show like there's a problem with the system, if they leaned even more into the idea of corrupt cops, because they kind of were doing that with what's his name, the
Scarf.
Yeah, Scarf, where he was working for Cottonmouth, but then gosh, actually, now that I think about it, I think there was just like an overall big shift in direction halfway through the show once Cottonmouth died. Kind of not in the best way, in my opinion. Except Diamondback, he's great. So like Scarf is, but like, it's like, oh, Scarf is a corrupt cop, but then like Nick, you know what'd be really powerful if like if at the end of the show like Mariah gets to get away with all her stuff, right? Because Misty comes to realize, oh, this whole entire police force is not good. There's some there's some rotten people here. Like it doesn't even have to be like the new woman in charge of the police force. It could just be like straight up like the higher ups, like we got a call from the higher ups, to let her go. Like then it would really show like, oh, but then honestly, how she concludes the system is flawed kind of comes across honestly more like her trying to shift the blame from herself. Because I don't remember her name, but that other woman, Nick, who became like new head of police, she honestly kind of had a point saying that, yeah, no, this is your fault, oh, Misty.
Yeah.
That, like, you should, like, there was clearly, like, why did you put her in protective custody? But instead, Misty just decides, well, it's not my fault. He's gotta beat the system. So honestly, like, anything to do with, like, the system, like, questioning the system stuff, it's better than Daredevil. It's God damn it, Nick. Again, the one of the biggest. I know these shows aren't gonna be as good as Daredevil, but holy shit, Daredevil is just really fucking good. I don't know. Is Daredevil really just that, like, one show where, like, you just can't replicate it to the point that when they, like, to the point that they, like, Marvel literally brought back Daredevil recently, and they just can't reach the same success. Is Daredevil really just that show where you just can't replicate it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Gosh, I love Daredevil. Oh, I love Daredevil, Nick. I love Daredevil so much. What was I say? Oh yeah, there's also another big thing with the show where it's really trying to go for where the show's trying to be sort of like this thing where it's like somewhat of like an examination through a unique lens on like the culture, like the inner city black culture of Harlem, and how like that interacts with like the rest of the world and etc. Because there's a huge emphasis on black culture overall in the show, from like the music to like the people Luke would hang around with and stuff. Like they really want to emphasize black culture. This is a show about black culture in Harlem, featuring a superhero. And honestly, I would actually be really interested in seeing that. But they kind of don't really lean into it so much. It honestly at times it kind of feels more like set dressing rather than an actual thing they were trying to do. Oh, okay, so we're gonna focus on like black culture, and that obviously would include like some stuff to do with like race, and also like the very, very complicated, messy relationship between black society and their view on like authority and like the police force and all that. They were clearly trying to do that, but then at times it honestly feels less like they're actually trying to like do that, and more like just a set dressing for something else. And honestly, it feels the worst. That idea of like it's just set dressing really feels the most egregious. Kind of once Diamondback comes into the picture, because Diamondback is interesting, where like his whole thing has nothing to do with like black culture and stuff. It is 100% a petty ass motivation, man. Daddy loved you more than me, so I'm gonna ruin your life. And that's funny. Now, I think what would have been interesting, though, is if you could still keep Daddy loved you more than me, but if Diamondback exploited, the black culture and all that, against Luke. And I feel like that's kind of what they were trying to do, or at least that's what they sort of wanted to do, I think. Because by the time, at the end of the last episode, like, when Luke and Diamondback are having a big fight, it really feels like, when, most, all the city of Harlem is, there to watch Luke beat up Diamondback. It really feels like, Luke, you're the man of the people, Luke! You represent, the black society of Harlem! Get that guy! But it kind of feels unearned, because for a good second half of the chunk of the show, Luke's not really doing much. It kind of feels like eventually there was like an episode, Nick, where they're like, oh yeah, by the way, we gotta remember this is also like about like black culture and society and stuff. We gotta focus on that again. Okay, we'll do that. But then I don't know. It feels like the show kind of wants to do a lot of things at once, but it don't really balance it all out too well. One of the things I was really interested in looking and seeing what they were gonna do was, and it clearly felt like this is what they were trying to sort of do with Cottonmouth, was the idea of Luke and Cornell sort of having this somewhat war against each other, fighting for the black soul of Harlem, right? And that would have been really interesting. But then Cottonmouth dies halfway through, and so okay, I guess maybe Mariah's gonna take on that role, and I guess she kinda does, where she turns like where she's able to like turn Luke into a fugitive again. But the thing is, it feels less like her. But the thing is, like, it feels like it feels less like that because like she's got her own reasons for wanting to frame Luke so that way she could save her own ass from like the authorities and public spotlight. So, but like, whereas when Cottonmouth was still around, it felt like a genuine like struggle between these two fighting over, the soul and culture of Harlem. So, I don't know. Once Cottonmouth died, there was a shift, and I honestly don't think it was really necessarily the best way in the best direction. Except that said, though, again, Diamondback is funny. Even, but at the same time, it's so weird because Diamondback doesn't kind of really fit what they were kind of initially going for with Luke Cage. But at the same time, he's just funny. I love Diamondback. He's so funny, man. he's so funny. You a pimp stormtrooper?
What kind of shotgun fat damn post is this? You some sort of
pimp stormtrooper? Nah, I'm the angel of death. Oh, that said, I do appreciate that they gave Diamondback his costume. I do appreciate that. Now, Diamondback's costume, it does look a little goofy, but it's superhero costumes, man. So, like, superhero costumes, supervillain costumes, by nature, they're always gonna look a little inherently goofy. That's just how it's gonna be. They're gonna be somewhat goofy, man. But that said, though, Nick, I know this was before Endgame, but like, man, if they did the scales for Diamondback, then you know what? Okay, now I really like this costume because they gave the scales. Gosh, it really took until Endgame, man, for them to give Steve the scales. Why is that?
I don't know.
So, I don't know, but anyways, I don't know. I think I've kind of said most of what I want to say about Luke Cage. To be honest, it's a show that I want to like, and it's kind of ended up being a mixed bag, for me at least. What about you, Nick? What did you think?
It was fine.
It was fine. Can I ask? Did you like it more like your first time seeing it, or this rewatch?
I definitely enjoyed it a lot more this time. I already enjoyed myself the first time. Honestly, I think just having fun with Diamondback with you really enjoyed this a lot more.
Cause Diamondback is just such a petty guy. He's literally.
I know.
Because it all ties back to Transformers, Nick. He's literally Transformers Prime Megatron, where like he's just everything is motivated by pettiness. Damn it, Optimus! Everyone liked you more than me. I'm gonna start a war. What? I'm gonna start a war, and billions of people's lives are gonna be on your hands. Oh. Megatron, please. This war has been going on for millions of years. Couldn't we have just made amends in the past? Could you have just died in childbirth?
Could you have just died in childbirth?
Wait, but this is Transformers Prime Megatron. It's like a... Couldn't you have just died in childbirth? Nick, when Unicron brings back Megatron in that new body, what kind of Van Clan? What kind of Van Damme bullshit is this? You a pimp stormtrooper? No! I am the angel of death!
No, I am the angel of death.
Nick, if I was in charge of Transformers Prime, I would have Megatron be even more petty, Nick. Like every time like the Autobots like lose in that show, Nick, even though they really do. I just want Megatron to just go like, like just cause remind Optimus like, oh, this is on you, Optimus, because you didn't let me be a Prime when back on Cybertron. He's right, Ratchet. What? Cause you know Optimus would be the type of guy who would actually legit agree with Megatron. It's like, maybe he has a point. Maybe all this death and carnage is on my hands. No, I'm pretty sure it's all on him, Optimus. I'm pretty like Ratchet's the guy just constantly telling Optimus, no, Optimus, I'm pretty sure it's just him. I think he's just an asshole. Maybe not. No, I'm pretty sure it is. Maybe, definitely. So, yeah. But anyways, I kind of said all I want to say about Luke Cage. I guess all that's left now, Nick, is whole day, man. We gotta power through Iron Fist. Ooh, boy. Are you excited, Nick?
Are you excited, Genghis? Are you excited? Are you
Man,
excited?
I don't know. Only one way to find out, Nick. We gotta watch Iron Fist. I'm gonna cheer myself up one more time, but I keep repeating this line, but it's just generally a funny ass line. Couldn't we have just made amends in the past, Megatron? Couldn't you just died in childbirth?
What kind of Jean-Claude Van Damme bullshit is this? Is this? You some sort of pimp stormtrooper?
No, I'm the angel
Bobby,
of
man.
death. Oh, you know what? Oh my gosh, we were gonna talk about this before, but we lost track because I was complaining about Halo. Hold on, fuck it. Since we're pretty much, that's all I wanted to say about the show, about like our topics. Speaking of Megatron, let me show this off on stream as well. Yeah, baby, we got our first look at Studio Series Megatron. He's honestly not that bad. He's honestly not that bad. That said, the more I look at it, there's one thing that kind of it's not a deal breaker or anything like that, but it's just something I noticed. His legs are not that same dark shade color as like his cannon and his pants. It's like a lighter, it's almost like a bluish gray. And I don't know why that is. Maybe it's like because I know that toy guy. He talks like regularly to the designers of these toys. I think like Evan is his name. So maybe Evan will have a reason why his legs are like different color. Maybe it's like a plastic thing. That's usually what the reason comes down to for like miscoloring stuff. It's like a plastic thing. But it's just something I noticed. That's it. I also want to. Also another thing. It's also honestly really interesting how different he is from the Fallen. Like that, like you look at the Fallen and then look at Megatron here. Two different dudes, man. Two different molds. It's actually really interesting. Now, I think that now I'm going to assume there's probably like shared engineering Because that's not uncommon for like Transformers figures. Like while they're not the same mold, they can have very similar engineering. Because they do turn into a tank, so it's probably similar engineering. Oh, there's Transformers 1 Megatron. But no, he's honestly not that bad. And oh, wait a minute. Ooh, no, wait, hold on, wait a minute. That head sculpt. Ooh, now hold on, wait a minute. I wasn't even realizing this till now. That head sculpt is actually pretty close to the Masterpiece figure. In my opinion, at least, it honestly looks pretty close. Hold on, is there another picture? Take a look at his head better. I guess maybe this will. Whoops. I guess maybe this will do. But like it, honestly, yeah, that head is honestly not that far off from the Masterpiece. Ooh. So yeah, I don't know, man. It honestly looks really nice. And then you could you have him fight Optimus. Oh, and then also, and then Megatron comes with his lightsaber from the movie. Why did Megatron all of a sudden have a lightsaber in the movie, Nick?
I don't know.
What is it with G1 and just like one-time weapons becoming like iconic accessories for these guys? Like that literally just come out of nowhere. Like Optimus and Megatron. Like Optimus had the axe that was just for one episode. Megatron had the flail for just one episode, and now every version usually comes with like an axe or a flail. And then here comes Megatron. Just one-time use had a lightsaber in the movie, and ever since then, is either like a flail or a sword for Megatron. It's just funny. It's just funny. What do you think of the tank mode, Nick?
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's not that bad. I think that I think the tank turret it is what it is, but to be fair, like it's where the fusion cannon is and all that, so I'm not gonna be too mad. You gotta put the fusion cannon somewhere. So yeah. That said, I do find it very interesting that like for the tank cannon, it's one is the fusion cannon, but then also then you pop out like the front part of the cannon, and that becomes like the little like gun barrel on Megatron's back. So that's very interesting. That's honestly really interesting. He comes with rolling wheels. He can roll around, Nick. Hallelujah. Yeah. So yeah. That said, I kind of still probably should maybe find the Fallen. Maybe. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like Megatron's tank more than the Fallen. It looks more neat. So yeah. Oh, and then you transform. Yeah. And then there they are. Optimum Pride and Megatron. Yeah, they look nice, man. They look real nice. Oh yeah, and then also, and then Megatron comes with literally himself as an accessory in gun mode. So yeah. Honestly, honestly, I there was this one Twitter post I saw that kind of honestly makes me like gun mode Megatron even more. Like I never had a problem with Megatron as a gun. I just found it kind of goofy, but like never like a thing where like he shouldn't be a gun. But I do I do like the idea of what Megatron represents as a gun, though, Nick. Because like a gun is a tool that either way, whether it's a tool for good or bad, is gonna be used as a tool of, well, death and destruction, one way or another. That's the point of a gun. It's an instrument, Nick, of destruction. That's the part where you're supposed to come in with the,
Rules of power play.
Zach, well, yes, but also I was hoping you would come in with the fucking metal scream. So is a tank.
Damn, it's not picking up.
So is a tank, right? Yeah, sure, yeah. I understand a tank, but also like at the same time though, what like this one Twitter post I saw would really kind of like maybe change my mind. Well, not change my mind, but what made me like the gun even more is how like a tank, like the gun is like the most easily accessible, tool of conflict that any person can get. Like a tank is obviously gonna be on the battlefield, but like it's not like you could just ride in a tank in your neighborhood, But like anyone can get it. Oh, it kind of cut off it kind of cut off. Like it picked up like the first initial but then it cut off afterwards.
So, wait, hold on. Let me try this.
Damn it!
No,
it's still cutting off. No, it's Discord, man. Discord has like that thing where it cuts you off. OBS doesn't have that problem though, so at least in OBS, I can go. So, no, but like what I love about what I like about Megatron being a gun is like it's symbolism. Megatron being a gun is symbolism. It's a tool of death and destruction that can just occur anytime, any place. I don't know. Okay, bear with me. Bear with me with this example, but this helps prove the point I'm trying to make. When's the last time you heard of of a kid saying "Don't come to school tomorrow," and then that guy shows up with a tank instead of a gun? just saying, when someone says "Don't come to school tomorrow," you expect them to come, oh, they're gonna shoot up the school. But I don't think you expect them to come.
A gun is a personal form of violence.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes Megatron as a gun so interesting, because it's the perfect it's the perfect symbol for Megatron, just violence. And also that's it. I think so far Skybound has to probably be my favorite use of gun mode Megatron. Now I know Megatron came back recently.
I can control people.
That's it though.
What I've always wanted in life.
Nick. Third party upgrade kits, if they were smart, Nick, an add-on upgrade kit, Nick, of a handle that you slide underneath Studio Series Megatron. Yep. Now you get the tank gun from Skybound. Come on, get to it, third party upgrade kits. Give me my tank gun from Skybound. I want it. So, you'd pay for that, right? I would pay for that too. So yeah. Honestly, I really have come to a love and the symbolism behind Gun Megatron. But that said, Tank Megatron's okay too. Now, if we want to be big brain though, however, the best alt mode for Megatron's a helicopter.
Specifically a VTOL helicopter.
Exactly. Does Optimus still have to
An Apache helicopter. There's nothing more powerful the young boy switch. Except an Apache helicopter. An Apache helicopter has machine guns and missiles. It is an ultimate death machine.
It's an ultimate death machine. Does Optimus still have Megatron's arm in the comics? I haven't caught up with the recent stuff with the comics. I'm waiting for Volume 4 to drop. I think so far though, I think he still has Megatron's arm. Which is funny because Nick, I think what gets me is when you told me, Nick, that like a joke I was making ended up actually happening recently in the comics, where Megatron fixes Starscream just to beat him up. That's just really funny. It's like, I'm going to fix you, so that way I can beat you up. Oh gosh. That said, that also means then that Megatron's just beating up Starscream while still missing his arm. And still technically being blind. That's really funny, man.
Mr. Peak, you must be my seeing eye parrot. Technically, he's a condor. See what I mean by being blind?
Starscream is that much of a bitch, Ray. Yeah, he is a bitch. But he's our bitch. But yeah, it's Megatron. Hell yeah, dude. I like the look of him. And I'm definitely gonna have to get Megatron. Oh, he has the same height as the Fallen. So yeah. Yeah, it's a good looking figure. I gotta say, good looking figure. I like it. I like it a lot. So, yeah. Yeah, it's just nice. It's just nice looking. Also, I'm gonna be honest. I could kind of just keep looking at these photos. That's it though. That's it though. It is kind of funny that even he's a tank, right, because of gun laws and stuff. But this is marketed as Studio Series 86, so you just kind of have to like just use your imagination and just pretend he was a tank all along in the movie.
I know.
Yeah, it's not that bad. That said, I'm never gonna ever since you pointed out, Nick, I'm never not gonna notice how Megatron's tank is just in Transformers 1 is just 90% legs. So thanks, Nick, for telling me that.
When you get the legs, you use them.
Yeah, it's just a nice looking tank. It's just a nice looking tank. Yeah, man, it's just really cool. Oh, there's Omega Prime Gallery stuff. Yeah. Oh, Widowmaker's I'm sorry, Widowmaker? Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
They'll do anything in their power just to make sure Skids and Mudflap are not a figure.
Nick, okay, on one hand, I really do love the new, like, concept line they're doing. Because that's just really a fun, that's just a fun idea for a toy line in general. But again, also, Nick, at the same time, yeah, anything but the twins. Anything but the twins. Honestly, actually, it's... Oh, wow. Hold on, wait. Wait, Wait a minute. That back. Oh shit. I think I might actually get this, Nick. I'm not gonna lie.
I totally am.
It actually looks pretty clean for a figure, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's actually pretty. That's actually pretty clean. Oh my gosh. Wow. Hey, how do you feel about Transformers having hair, Nick? I'm not talking about like facial hair, that's one thing, but like actual like hair on their head.
I mean, I don't really have a problem with it if it's like, you know, I mean, Ariel.
Right, but like
It's not really a new thing.
But like, what about like with like Widowmaker, where like it's like actually like stranded hair that like flows in the wind.
I mean, again, in the movie universe, that's kind of a thing. Granted, you see it with mostly with facial hair. But still, if that's gonna be a thing, I mean,
So
I don't really have a problem with it.
You don't mind Transformers having hair?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
I mean, in the comedy series, Megatron grew a beard.
That's true. That is true. Hey, how did Transformers even grow hair in the first place, man?
I don't know. I think metal just grows.
Transformers are weird. They're weird. But yeah, that's Megatron. He looks clean. That looks awesome. Yeah, they all look pretty. They all look pretty fine. I'm not gonna lie. I might get Widowmaker just for how clean looking that figure is.
Oh yeah.
But I'm probably gonna be prioritizing Megatron first, and to go along with obviously, you know, Optimus. So yeah, I still have my Studio Series Optimus. He's on my shelf on one of my shelves on the top corner. He just looks down on me in shame. He just looks down on me like, man, look at this dude. So oh my gosh, excuse me. Yeah, I really like Megatron. Alright, anyways. What time is it, by the way? Is 11:02. I'll be going now for about 3.5 hours. You know what? This is probably a good place to call it. It's probably a good idea to make this podcast somewhat shorter than the last time, considering we spent like several hours on just Mission Impossible. So, oh, excuse me. But yeah, it's really good. Yeah. All right. Otherwise, we're gonna end things here. Tomorrow, unless something happens again, should still be Sonic Sunday. Fuck. Where are we even continuing off of again with Sonic, Nick? Hold on. I got this bookmarked somewhere. What are we reading? What exactly are we reading Sunday? We're on issue 44. Alright. Sunday we got Evil Sonic is back. That's right. Okay. Alright. I guess it is what it is. Yay. Alright. Yeah. Okay, it is what it is, I guess. Alright. Anyway. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest, Nick. I really want to get into, you know, Sonic, man, the new Sonic stuff, but oh, Ken is really starting to. It's Ken, man. It's Ken. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna Scourge Ray. It's not even Scourge. It's just still evil Sonic. He's not even green yet. So, but yay, Nick! Are you excited, Nick? We get to read Evil Sonic tomorrow. Are you excited?
Are you?
No.
Well, tough shit.
Okay. Thanks, Nick.
You're welcome.
All right. Oh, Nick, when can we get to the actual like funny stuff with Ken? I'm not talking like not the like, you know, unbearably bad stuff that just annoys me. I'm talking like actually legit funny bad stuff with Ken. When's that happening, man?
If I tell you when it happens, you won't be surprised when it does.
Yeah, Nick, but I'm losing my patience, man, with Ken. I'm really losing my patience. Oh my gosh, speaking of losing patience, I'm losing patience with Butter, man! He's cause Nick, I just saw this right now on Twitter, he's like, oh, I'm gonna get Megatron. But something's off about him. It's like, god damn it, Butter. You know what? Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna DM Butter something real quick. Hold on. We're not fuck it, we'll do this live as well. We'll do this live as well, guys. You get to hear me do this live. Come here, Butter. Where's your goddamn Twitter account, you son of a bitch? Where's your goddamn Twitter account? Hold on. I'm gonna quote retweet right now on Twitter. Fucking Butter like, oh, I like 86 Megatron. Hold on, wait. Actually, you know what? I'll probably just do it in the comment section. Hold on. I need that screenshot of just Peter looking at Quackmire in like this thing, you know. Oh, you just Quackmire, you're a rapist. I need that.
What's the quote gonna be?
Butter, you're looking forward to the new How to Train Your Dragon movie. that's what I'm gonna fucking say. Hold on. I need a screenshot of this.
Well, they made it through.
Okay, well that's. They made it through. Hey, when can I get my own? When can I get my own season?
Quagmire, you're a rapist.
Hold on, wait. I need to sound like a slower speed so that way. Hold on. There we go. Window screenshot. Boom. There we go. This is what I need. Hold on. Now I'm gonna comment underneath Butter. Actually, no. You know what? I'll just DM it to him. No. I am gonna put it under his comments. And you know what? It's Butter, so he'll understand. He'll understand. Actually, no. I'll just DM it to him. I'll just DM it to him. It's all right. Okay, Butter, come here. Hold on. Butter, where's your goddamn tweet? You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm doing this live. Wow. Ray. Wow. They made it on a whole season. Hey, Megatron, when can I get my own show, huh? Shockwave.
They made it through a whole season. He said, "Why can't I have my own show?" Oh, Megatron, Shockwave, you're a rapist.
Butter, you're excited for a new how to train your dragon. There we go. There, I just DM'd him. Let's see if he responds, Nick. You know, something's off about Stu Series 86 Megatron. Butter, you disappoint me. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Get better friends, Nick. You know what, honestly, that probably includes me. Why are you friends with me? I suck at video games.
Oh no.
Alright, anyways.
You're the only person I can genuinely talk to about Transformers.
What about
And
Butter?
Bionicle. The Bionicle, that one's important.
Well, what about Butter? Isn't he into Transformers?
Changes, he likes the How to Train Your Dragon live action movie.
That's true. That's true.
Dude hasn't seen Beast Wars.
Oh! He responded! He responded! He just says fuck off.
No. Tweet. Nick says no.
Well, no, it's just DM. I just DM'd him instead. Here.
We'll still DM him that.
Yeah. Here, I'll just say no.
Even better, Nick says no.
I'm just gonna put down Nick also says no.
That also works.
No. Get a room rate? Well, we technically had a whole room for a whole last week, man. And I'm gonna be honest. Ray, even if Nick was my kind, I'm not doing anything with him. Are you kidding me? I saw your bed, man. What happened, Nick, huh? Are we gonna sleep on top of your figures?
James, my bed doesn't have figures on it.
Nick, we were
Not hand sanitizer.
That's true. That's true. You know what? To be fair, that's probably what's gonna happen. It's like, all right, Nick, get on the bed. Let's do this. Hold up, wait, Chagas. I need to slather myself in hand sanitizer. What?
It's gonna burn. We're gonna add some spice to this.
We're gonna add some spice to this. Nick. Actually, Nick, you actually legit just cover yourself in hand sanitizer. I just get a lighter so that way you could be like Carl and go Human Torch. All right, flame on, Nick. He just wants to be pure. Are you pure, Chelsea? In your own way, Chelsea. In your own unique way, you're pure. Anyways, I was gonna end the stream, but then Butter responded. So, all right. Thanks everyone who came. Thanks for watching it on the replays. Tomorrow's Sonic Sunday. Until next time. Good night. Yes, Chelsea, you are pure in your own way.